that should all go through.
To be honest, I don't know if we're going to get to level 20 or not.
Well, that's for you to find out, isn't it? As we're live, we're good to go, people. Well, that's for you to find out. So, hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Arcane Adventures. I'm here with my motley crew of actors, musicians and anything in between as we are flung once again into the realm that is my madness.
Actually a really good intro.
I'm going to try and make it a little bit better every single week.
I love that.
That's good.
So obviously tonight we are without our Cass, our Vivent V, our Tabaxi Ranger, but I have spoke with them outside a session and they are all good with the plan that I have set up for them. So, is everyone ready?
Where is Vi tonight?
I don't actually know where Cass is. Rain, do you know where Cass is?
I do. They're in a drama camp in London for the week.
They're in a drama camp in London for the week.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because they went to see We Will Rock You like last night, didn't they?
Yeah. And today they're going to go see Book of Mormon.
That's meant to be incredibly funny. Props to them.
Yeah.
If they like watch this in any point and they see that bit, Vi, I'm raising a drink to you.
So am I.
I mean, they
Exactly.
kind of have to watch it to catch up, right? To find out what happened in the previous session. Kind
Yeah,
of
just
what
to
I'm
see
doing
see what tomfoolery went down while they weren't there.
Oh, Rain,
Yeah,
I need
that's
to
what
talk
I
to
would
you.
do.
I need to talk to you about Friday's session.
Yeah, of course.
At some point.
Cool, cool.
Right, so is everyone ready to go back into the madness of my world?
Oh god.
Let's get this over with.
Well, I'm never ready for what the DM throws at me, but
You're ready.
I'm ready.
It's all
You're-
about them. It's all about them.
It's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. So, last time we were in Esalinti, the group spent a bit of time playing poker with children, as by Nisa's request, before learning of a few bits that had happened in and around these lands, obviously through Arlen's younger sister Freya. From there, they proceeded to, from there, Arlen managed to track down and apprehend and subsequently kill a mercenary who had been sent after them by their father. And with Nisa's rash decisions of mutilating a corpse by shoving a blunderbuss shot in their face after they were dead at point blank range, Freya and her merry band of children decided to leave as rage filled Vi's heart as they led the charge, with everyone else following, heading towards the city of Vedichi, which, as you all walk towards, you do see still the raining fireworks shooting up into the sky of the reds and whites, indicating the new season of slavery combat. So, what is it that everyone would like to do during the walk to the slums in and around Vedichi? So, you lot are all walking, you do hear more sounds of distance combat. What is it you would all like to do? We'll start with Nisa.
So, once we kind of get into Vedichi, walking towards the slums, what does Vedichi in itself kind of look like?
So, I'll describe Vedichi once you get there, but from the outside you can just see like these silhouettes of like small single-story houses, a couple two-story ones, and then just this towering pagoda showered in light in the far distance.
Fair enough. I can see Vi's kind of on a mission.
Yeah, Vi
So-
is just power walking in a one direction.
I'll just keep a scan of the area and make sure there's nothing trying to kill us on our way in.
Do
Okay.
I see anything lying around that I can infuse a third level spell into?
You do see a couple large rocks, a couple discarded rifles and swords, so you could attempt to put an infusion onto them.
I'll pick up a discarded rifle.
Okay, so as you pick it up, it's a very worn and pretty muddy looking bolt action rifle. You can see like the mechanism itself has been disarmed as sort of a last ditch thing so that the enemy can't use it. It's a bit scuffed, but you think you could patch it up and potentially get it back to working order.
Okay.
Zaz, what are you going to do on the walk?
He's just gonna like just keep an eye on anything that's gonna appear. So he's gonna like look left and right if anything happens. So just basically on, you know, yeah.
Okie dokie. So, what is it that you're going to do, Hazel?
What's going on around me?
So you're just simply walking towards the city that you can see in front of you, Vedichi. You've got the group around you, Vi obviously power walking ahead at the lead.
I'm gonna go over to Arlen and hold their hand while on our way over. Because I know that they're, like, for comfort.
Okay. And with that, what's Arlen going to do?
I'm just gonna stay quiet. And just keep walking.
Righty ho. So as you keep walking, Zaz and Nisa, both of you make perception checks for me, real quick.
Oh, that's in that 21st roll.
Ho.
So that brings it up to let me check. I want to say 26.
22 on perception.
So 22 for Zaz.
It's a 25 perception within that 20.
So you look around, you see obviously the closer you get to Vedichi, the less battle scarred the ground is, the more trees actually have leaves on them. You do start seeing the more slum-like looking buildings of the outskirts of Vedichi slowly approaching, and as you're having a look, you see Vi just like head down and just fucking book it forward, like at maximum speed and velocity. You just see them go.
I'll run into a jog, not trying to catch up with Vi, but I'm trying to keep at the same pace as I was when I was walking.
Okay. So as you go from like this power walk into a jog, it's a little easier. You're still keeping roughly the same speed as you just see the back of Vi just echo into the distance.
Forgot how fast they were. I'll keep the jog, trying to keep them in my eye line, but I'm also going to try and track them.
Make a survival check, just concurrently.
Oh, that's fair. That's a karma roll. That's an 8.
Okay, so obviously you can see them booking it, and you see that in the ground you see their paw prints carrying on. So you just keep alongside the prints that they're leaving. So yeah, you can follow them for now.
That's fine. I'll take that.
After about 20-25 minutes of walking / jogging, whichever you're doing, you do start to see the outskirts of Vedichi. A plethora of slums wrapping around this tall wall. Inside the wall you see the tops of the towering spires of different venues, whatever they may be, flat-topped cylindrical buildings, along with the towering pagoda, which you could all see from miles away, that just reaches high into the sky and then just peaks off with lights beaming towards it. Around the slums, like outside some of the houses, you see people just trying to attend to normal daily duties. A couple coughing horrendously, a couple slumped outside of houses just begging for stuff.
Can I see if I can aid the ill?
Make a medicine check. This is why you roll like really good.
Are there like any that are on the floor that need help?
So there are obviously people scattered around all over the place. Obviously in different areas, different bits, all that stuff. With the 15 on the medicine hazel, you do slowly determine that these people are just incredibly sick. Like, a lot of them have taken up smoking, a lot of them have taken to other sorts of stuff to try and calm the nerves of this place. So, in essence, the place is pretty much war-torn from the inside out.
The second I see all of this, in Nisha's mind, I'm following the same process I did when I was last here. I want to try and find a printmaker, like somebody who makes posters, flyers, things like that.
Make a investigation check. No, sorry. Make a history check.
History. Okay. So, history -1, that makes it 15.
So, as you walk in and you start seeing all these people, like, they're coughing, they're groaning, they're trying to do what they do best, you recall back to the time of when you were first here, and you managed to recall the steps that you took. Is everyone going with them, or is everyone staying on a different course?
I'll go.
Where are they going again?
Okay, Nisa, they're going to a printer's.
For
Some reason.
no, I'm going to find someone that's more well.
You're just going to find someone who's fit and healthy?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got Zeta going with Nisa. You're going to find someone that's well. Zaz, what are you doing?
I guess I'll. Trying to think. I'll probably go with Nisa, I think.
Okay, Zaz will go with Nisa. And Arlen, are you going to go with Nisa or are you going to stay with Hazel?
Staying with Hazel.
Okay. So we'll go to Nisa first. That's Nisa, Zaz, and Zeta. All three of you, you follow. Well, Zaz and Zeta, you follow Nisa as they work their way through the streets. Like, or you know that I could have swore it was this way. Actually, it was this way sort of vibe, just going to and fro until eventually they do reach the place where they're like, and here it is. As you look up Nisa, you see the sign of like the makeshift printers, very torn, very worn, as inside you see someone very, very slowly printing out some more posters, some more newspapers, stuff like that. But you can see from the outside in, you can see that their speed and their energy has long since left them.
Amazing. I'm going to try and conceal my weapons. I don't want to scare this person. So I have kind of my common clothes in my bag, because I have a set. Yeah, I can have a set of common clothes. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna give all my weapons to Zeta, and I'm gonna put my common clothes on to try and conceal my armor. I'm not gonna take my armor off. I'm gonna have my common clothes on over my armor, and I'm gonna walk in.
I'll put Nisa's weapons in the bag of holding.
Okay, so as you do, you walk in and you see them slaving away. You see them limp from one machine to the other as they just continue the process. You see churning out different posters and newspapers, both detailing different events.
Amazing. I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna take out 10 platinum in a bag and just as loud as I can slop it down on the table.
As you do, you watch the printer just recoil a bit at the sound as they turn around, their hands in front of their face in a protective stance.
Hello, friend.
Oh,
I'd
sorry.
like to inquire. No, of course. I have here a selective amount. With this amount, I'd like to inquire about possibly a large-scale propaganda invasion. You have the printers and I'd assume the ink. I want you to print off as many flyers and posters as you can of all different forms of propaganda, trying to get the peasants, slaves, people of the area to join up against their illness and their rulers, and meet in the town square in 2 days' time.
They
With
so,
this,
they hobble over to the desk. They use loads of different furniture as a guide. As they just look down at your hand that's on top of the bag, and they just look up to you. You see this very old, this very dishevelled man as they look up. Their hair in strands from not being washed. Their eyes red from the stress and like the worry of everything. Carry on.
with this platinum as well, which should be enough to restore this shop to its former glory, and you to a former state of peace. I also require some assistance. I am but one person. I assume you have friends, family. If you could employ them to place these posters and flyers around, give them to those in need, I will make sure you are fully compensated for your efforts.
Oh, well, I can assure you that while the amount you've put down is far substantial enough to cover the costs, I am afraid I cannot do this for the simple fact of if I deviate from anything that the ruler in the pagoda demands, I'm afraid that I will cease to exist. They have threatened me and they have threatened my family. I cannot take the risk.
I want you to think about this just for a moment. You don't have to say yes or no. If you refuse this offer, they will continue to threaten and maybe even kill if they go too far.
There are other ways.
The people you love, the people you know. And at that point, what will you do? Sit here and print until you decay? This is your chance, friend. You can accept or decline. But if you decline, your shop, your family, your friends will wither long before the throne ever stops controlling you.
Well, as much as I would like to help, they go silent for a bit as you hear the clinking of boots pass by one side of the slums, the opposite side to where Zaz and Zeta are standing, as this glimmer just comes through the windows, and then he pulls himself over the table just to get as close to you as possible. I will do what I can.
I appreciate that. And I take 5 platinum out of the bag and I hand it to him. Once it's all done, meet me at Times Square in 2 days' time. You'll get the other 5. Good luck, my friend.
I appreciate it. As they sort of take what coin you give them, as they waddle back to the machine, and you see them start like tinkering with the press as they slowly shut down the machines before they start trying to print new stuff.
Good luck, my friend, and thank you for your help. And I'll walk out, go get my stuff back from Zeta.
Okay, so as you walk outside, obviously Zeta and Zaz are waiting for you.
Did I hear the boot clinking?
Over the sound that is the ambient noise of Vedichi, you wouldn't be able to hear, I'm afraid.
Okay.
That's me all sorted.
Ooh.
Any ideas now?
Not done enough. I guess if I just look around this space and just help people, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have a look around.
So you're just gonna go for like casual wander around and just see what there is, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all 3 of you? Just to make sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, but passively I'm gonna try find Vi. But I'm not gonna like outwardly go and search for them. Just keep an eye out for them as I move.
What's your passive perception, Nisa?
Ooh. Passive perception, looking at a 15.
Okay, good to know. So as you walk around Vedichi, it goes from wide street to narrow street to wide street. There's no continuity in the actual streets. You see all the names of them are chalked onto walls instead of actual signs.
Isn't that kind of like London in the past?
Yeah, it's like, think of like a very, very old style London, but also mixed with like very slum environments. So think Whitechapel, but a larger scale. As you do walk around, you see obviously more people just casually tending to their day, coughing, spluttering, groaning, all the works. Nisa, you do hear some commotion coming from loads of different areas, and looking around, you end up being too late to see what or who it was. But ultimately, you can get the feeling that this is your trusty companion that you have served beside many times before, just slowly making their way towards their mission.
Are there any like large groups of people that seem particularly in squalor?
You do see like the odd groupings of like families of about 3-4 people, but this place is, the more you walk around, the more you get the sense of this place is very overcrowded for what it should be.
Perfect. Overcrowded is good. I'm gonna go up to a group of, like, any group of people that I see that seems to be around the kind of 18 to 30 mark, all in a group together.
So there are definitely many groups, all of which having that like age variety. Obviously, age barriers when you're in slums sort of just break apart and everyone's with everyone. So you do see many groups like it.
I'm gonna go up to the largest one I find.
So having a look around, obviously following the others, you do see a group of like 8-9 people just chilling by a fountain in one of the quote-unquote squares of this slum area.
I'm gonna walk up to them. I'm gonna take my common clothes off before I do this, so I have kind of my armor and weapons gleaming as I walk up to them.
Okay, as you do,
Hi.
You see a lot of them just like in conversation, and as you come up and greet, they all sort of like turn around and give you a passing glance before they all go back, except one who just looks at you, looks back to the rest, and then just looks back, stands up and walks towards you, and it's like, you know, you really don't look like the sort of person who ought to be walking around here, do you? As you see this half-elven person just standing sort of amongst you three, trying to blend in, as it were.
I don't think I am either. Do you remember the time, and I'm gonna recount when I burnt down the arena.
As you start recounting that event, you see her face go from a slight confusion to then, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was you?
I'm gonna hold my hand out in kind of a handshake. Nice to meet you. I would like to bring freedom back to this area, if you and your friends would help me.
As you hold the hand out, the half-elf just looks down at it and then just... You can put your hand away, don't worry. And as for freedom, you wouldn't be the first one to try that.
Not the first time I've heard that sentence either. And I'm gonna take the short sword out of its holster or whatever that I got when I was in the Feywild.
Okay.
I would like you and your friends, seeing as you're able, to spread the message that Nisa Raventhorpe is back. And so are a lot of other people who are very, very angry. And I'm gonna hand the short sword to the other.
As you hand it to them, you see them take it with intrigue as a couple of other members of the group start like taking interest in the conversation. As one of the orcs just looks forward and pushes through all the people and is like, Raventhorpe, right?
Correct.
They walk up to you and they tower above you like by a good foot as they just look down on you with this face of anger and like determination before they just sling you up into a big hug. I have so much to thank you for.
Same here, my friend. If it wasn't for you and the people around you, I could never have been able to even fathom the things that I have had the opportunity to do.
Oh, no, you misunderstand me. I was one of the slaves in that arena that you burnt.
In that case, the thanks are double. I merely set off the gunpowder and lit the fuse. It was you and the other people there who did all the work.
You see them sling the half out round their shoulder, having to weigh their arm down a bit. We'll do what we can to make sure your name gets round, but don't worry. We'll think of something.
Thank you. And with the people you bring, give them the message that the time of their poverty and slavery is up, and that should they wish to join together and finally be free, that they are to meet with me and other people like them, bringing all their weaponry, gear, and armor in 2 days' time in the town square.
You got it. As they turn back to the group, as like, boys, we have a plan to execute. As they then start detailing the plan of like a theoretical plan to obviously everyone else in the group. What is it that you three are going to do before we switch to the other two?
In that case, I'll go around and keep spreading the message to as many people as I can.
Okay, Zaz and Zeta, are you going to continue going with Nisa?
Yeah.
Did you say there was an orc there?
Yep, they were a full-blooded orc.
I'm gonna say to them in orc, I wish you the best of luck in the plan, and may the best orcs there be in the battle.
As you say that, halfway through like detailing the plan, they're like, what? Oh, and you.
Thank you, and I salute.
He brings his arm up and just bangs his fist on his left pec as he then turns back and continues detailing what sort of quote-unquote plan should be. As you lot continue going round the slums, we will cut to Hazel and Arlen. So get off your phone. Get off the game on your phone, Hazel. So you're looking for someone who's fit and able, correct?
Yes.
Investigation check.
All it says.
Make it with advantage.
And that's
Investigation.
Investigation. That is a 14.
14. So you walk around the slums, obviously through what streets you can. You do see obviously a load of people. The large majority of people are in rags, rotten clothes. A few don't even have that, just a simple cloth around their waist, just making sure they hide their parts. You do eventually see someone who looks like they could be fit and able, as they're just sat on a barrel in one of the many town squares, in inverted commas, in this place.
Male, female?
You can't tell, courtesy of their hood, but their thin body composure could indicate they might be female. But then again, everyone here is so starved, they could be male. You have no idea.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna go, excuse me,
They turn around. Mm-hmm.
Are you local here?
Local here, darling. I pretty much run this shop.
Okay, it's just that you seem more healthier than these people. What happened?
They tilt their head around. You can get a better glance at their skin. They are a red tiefling like Nisa. You see from their face that their complexion is actually quite well. So looking at the rest of them, you can see this like maybe something not entirely good going on as they turn around. You know, there's all the people who should be here. I think you two are the last to be here.
What do you mean?
This place has gone to shit, love.
Do you know who we are?
Well, if I did, I probably wouldn't be calling you love now, would I?
Do you know who the leader is?
Oh, there's someone up in the towering pagoda beyond the wall.
And
Senor Carabo, as he calls himself.
Do I know who that is, obviously?
Carabo.
Yeah, you would know. As soon as they mention the surname, you would 100% know.
I'm going to just wide eye. I'm going to bombastic wide eye and just be like, oh shit.
Yeah. They haven't really been good to us down here.
I'm just gonna mutter something under my breath.
If your people aren't happy, then why don't they leave?
Because where can they go? They have little but a silver coin to their name. That hardly gets somewhere, place to stay in a war zone. Now, what does it?
But what about going further than the war zone?
I think people can afford transport to places like Electra, Mystica, and Tracia. Oh, sorry, not Mystica. Just Intracia Grand. However the fuck they pronounce it.
Hmm. Whilst Hazel's talking, is there like anyone around that Hazel can still see me in like peripheral vision in case anything happens? But is there anyone that seems to either be hurt or like in any need of assistance?
That ill.
I mean, in saying in need of assistance, everyone in here is in need of assistance, but you do see people like obviously coughing, spluttering, a couple with like pretty obvious wounds that haven't been treated, like gangrenous wounds, just limping around, just talking, you know, sort of powering through it because they have no better way of dealing with it.
Whilst Hazel's talking, and like I said, like I'm gonna stay in her like peripheral vision, that so like if she turns around she'll easily see me. I'm going to go around to each person and I'm going to just like use whatever skills I have just to just make sure they're at least their wounds have been treated.
So as you look around, you do see obviously a lot of the people have got like scars and scabbed over wounds. There is the odd few that have, as you can clearly see, gangrenous wounds. But
Can I medicine check to see if I can treat any of them?
make me 3 medicine checks.
19, 18, dirty 20.
So as you find the 3 people who have the gangrenous wounds, you do see that they are treatable, and as you sort of use what magic you have, it's only minor magic, but you do manage to actually, have you got any alcohol on you, or
Yes.
so you managed to remove the scab, you managed to pour the alcohol in it. It's a solution that may work, but obviously without a proper cleric looking at it, you wouldn't know. But you can feel like, obviously alcohol is a disinfectant, that this may work.
I'm gonna try it.
So you do it to all 3. All 3 of them, obviously with the alcohol hitting the wounds, they all wince in pain. But afterwards, and you sort of like help them band up the wound again, they give you thanks and praise.
I'm then gonna walk back to Hazel.
I am saying, this Sir Carabo, what have they done? Do they not care about their people?
I'm gonna just look at Hazel with like the most like, are you kidding me side eye, as if like I fucking know this bitch.
I don't
The
know. I don't.
The tiefling on the barrel just swings around, jumps down, and just walks up to you and is like, "Look around you, kid. Okay? If they don't care about us, or if they did, why are we in these conditions?"
I'm gonna
I
hold
guess
her
I've gotta
wrist
do
as if
something
like
about it.
Hazel's fine.
Hazel's just going, then I guess I have to do something about it.
Oh, please, love. We've had 14 different people come here and say, we'll free you, we'll free you. None of them have made it out alive.
I'm going to step
I'll have you know,
forward,
if I don't make it out
holding
alive,
Hazel's
my entire
wrist, and I'm going to just like.
city will come
I'm just
after
gonna
them.
hold Hazel's wrist and just be like, "You're fine."
As you say that, Hazel, she goes, where are you from? Some ragtag place to the east?
She's from Intracia. This is Princess Hazel of the Christiel family.
And she then takes a proper look at you. She looks you up and down. It's like, but then I guess there is some hope for us. But I won't.
And I kind of just then like stand right beside Hazel.
Thank you, my dear.
But alas, I fear it will do naught to help us. We've had representatives come from Helvia, Corvo, even the New World to try and mediate the situation here. But to say it is less than a humanitarian crisis, we're far away from that.
Why don't I try?
We've got someone here from the Freedom Trail, one of their higher-ups, one of their leaders as it were, but
What about someone from the Alfara family?
as you say that, you see her eyes go fucking wide as she's like, "You're not... No."
I'm going to kind of clear my throat and kind of cough and warm up my voice, and I'm going to say, Aurora Alfara, it's a pleasure to meet you.
As you say that, Hazel, looking around, you see everyone just immediately give Arlen the biggest stank eye that there is.
But they're here to take down their family, not to support them.
Let me explain. And don't worry, I'm backing up the point.
I
Like she
won't let
said
you
just
have
now,
backlash.
I am here to go against my family. Yes, they may be in high ally of this Caribou family, but I am the one that's the complete opposite. I'm going against Oliver, and I'm going against Andrew. I'm going against everyone. And if I even risk myself to take them down with me, I'll do it.
Alan,
My father wants to see me anyways, so after this is done, I've got some business to attend to.
Alan, you know for a fact that I won't let you die.
I'm not going to, it's just an exaggeration.
Shame. I was gonna start digging your grave.
Oh, really? I'm
Hazel
intrigued.
is going to give
Digging
them the
my grave?
biggest death stare.
What do you mean digging my grave?
Because most certainly you're gonna end up dead like the others. I mean, that's if the one from the Freedom Trail hadn't died. Which in that case, it'll only make 13 deaths and not 14. Now I say, you two, do yourselves a favour and leave this part of the slums before people actually start trying to kill you.
I grab Hazel's wrist again and I'm
Okay.
like, we're going.
Just stay safe.
She just hops back on her barrel.
I'm then
And-
I'm just gonna run, like
Me and
dragging
Arlen are
Hazel with
running.
me.
I'm
Just go book
protecting.
Okay, so you two are literally fucking running, aren't you?
Yeah.
Both of you
I'm
make
gonna
dexterity
drag her
save-
with me.
Both of you make dexterity saving throws.
We're
Oh,
aiding
Jesus.
each other, aren't we?
No, because you've got to make one for each other. So it's flat rolls.
Okay, flat rolls.
I have a
Flat
plus
rolls, not
6.
not any
Flat
pluses or
rolls.
anything.
I have
Flat
I
rolls
have a
plus
plus
your
6, I'm fine.
yeah plus your dexterity saving throw bonus.
Oh, that was cocked. Fuck.
24.
That's my dex, yeah?
Plus your dex saving throw modifier.
That's a 5.
So as you're running through the ever-changing size of streets, you do see this flash of silver come around the corner as Arlen manages to angle their heels so that they stop in time. Hazel, you're still running as you go straight into full force. You run into and knock over, and yourself, Zeta, as you bump into the rest of the group.
Oh. I'm immediately picking Hazel back up.
I'll help Hazel up, dude.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just rubbing my face.
I'm gonna just like make Hazel face me, and I'm just gonna clean up her face.
Yeah, I'm made of metal, so you're probably more hurt than me.
Yeah, my
I'm just gonna
head.
clean up her face. And then I'm just gonna like dust off like whatever's on it, and I'm just gonna say, "Looking beautiful, darling." Anyways, we're going.
So as all of you sort of like reunite around this corner, pretty unexpectedly, what is it you are going to do?
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead and talk. people.
Right. We wanted to sort out the Colosseum first, right?
Not
Vi's
Colosseum.
already gone, so we're kind of screwed. But if it's me and them that know the most about this place, then may as well
then,
stick behind us.
if anything, we kinda need to sort out this leader business too.
I know, I'm teaching you things.
No, I mean what's going on here.
Oh, the leadership thing here? Yeah, that's easily going to be sorted out.
The people are ill.
anyways.
They're coughing up mucus, blood, whatever it is.
I know,
I won't allow that.
I know. God, being in this dress is weird than 2 years ago. Anyways, I'm going to look around. Well, not look around. I'm going to look mainly towards where the main place is. And I'm going to kind of see if I can recall anything from when I was last here, if I've ever been here.
History check.
Oh god, I've plus 9. That's cocked. Cocked again.
I thought you said
But
that
better.
you weren't going to have cocked rolls.
I know, I literally called that from like yesterday's one shot. 26.
So, recalling back to your previous experience here, which your earliest experience, your previous experience before this was about 3-4 years ago. You do know that the entrance to the main centre of Vedichi, where all the gambling, all the manufacturing, the towering pagoda, and all that stuff is, all the luxury stuff is past a wall of guards, and they are not the friendliest type.
Have I encountered the guards before?
Yes, but that was before you were Arlen.
Was that also when I met Vi?
That was when you encountered Vi for the first time, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to recall that, and I'm then going to be like, obviously realizing it, I'm gonna like, not out loud, but amongst the I'm just gonna go, shit, I forgot. I'm gonna say this now. The place that, Vi has probably headed to, and we need to go to, we need to get past a massive wall of guards, but they're not the nicest, and even to royalty, they are not the nicest.
How many are you looking at of the girls?
Can I recall how many?
At the entrance, you recall no less than a platoon, which in this case is 50 soldiers.
50.
Well,
Right.
for what it's worth, I've started to gather some of the people around here. If we had the time to wait, we could have stormed through with them, but sounds to me like Vi isn't going to wait.
I don't think Vi is going to wait.
Didn't think so. Out of game, what time of day is it?
You can see it's coming towards, well, with the overcast clouds, I would say it's getting to around 4 in the afternoon, possibly 5.
At midday in 2 days' time, so tomorrow is probably going to be preparation. Midday after that, we'll have hopefully enough peasants to storm our way in if we wanted a brute force approach. But since I assume we're trying to keep Vi safe, are we going in now or waiting?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think we can wait 2 days. I don't think we can even wait 1. If this is Vi we're talking about and what they looked like coming to this place with us, I think we need to do this now.
Do you want me to get who I can get peasant-wise, or are we storming in on our own?
We don't call them peasants. They are people just like us.
Yeah,
and they
but
are ill.
it's easier to distinguish between nobles and others by calling them by their designated title rather than their name.
I would get as many people as you can now whilst we have the time.
But
And
they're ill.
I can... If you gather up with some people here, I will split up and go towards the guards and see if I can navigate our way in. They'll know
I'll
me.
start doing that. I'm gonna go back to the people I've just talked to and tell them to get all their stuff. Plans have changed, grab everything and meet me in the town square now.
Nisa,
Yes.
as well as grabbing as many as you can, try and grab the strongest that you can find. I don't think this is going to be an easy fight.
I know an orc who I assume has some of his friends.
Who's going to go with Nisa then?
I'll go.
The townsfolk. They're ill. What use would they do?
You
Would
don't
you
know what
prefer
they can be
ill or
capable
not?
of. Some of them might be
Besides-
gifted.
Yeah, and besides, those who are frightened of death or have death on their doorstep as it is, usually fight better. They have nothing left to lose.
Yes, but what stops them from just staying as? As we've heard, there are multiple people that have tried to gain freedom and died. What's different from us trying to convince them to join us when they've seen multiple people go in there and not return?
I'll say this now. You do raise a valid point, which is why you should
do.
go with them too.
And I think the main reason now
No.
is beforehand death was not an imminent threat. But now, with some nice words of wisdom from an angry tiefling, a warlock, and a princess, I'm sure we can convince them that they can either die of starvation and disease, or die fighting for their freedom. Shall we?
Well, if I go with you, then who's going to stay with Arlen?
Zeta.
In all honesty,
I'll bring Zeta with me.
Hazel's just
As much
going
as this
to
is a
sit her
beautiful
hand in her
conversation.
head.
as much as I do enjoy the conversation, Vi isn't going to wait for us to decide. Let's go.
Let's go now. Zeta, come on.
While
I'ma go-
the
Okay, hold on a moment.
Sorry.
And
I'm gonna go back to everybody who I've talked to, trying to find the orc as well, and any other gladiators who I've spoken to, get everybody to get their stuff, meet us in the town square.
Right, where are you going, Hazel?
I am going with Ren's character,
With Nisa.
Nisa, but I'm gonna go. Hold on, Arlen, and I'm gonna pull them into a kiss before I follow them, and then I'm gonna go. Right, let's go.
Okay, so you do that. Arlen and Zeta, what are you doing?
So while the conversation was happening, you see Veta like pulling out the gun he picked up earlier, taking it apart, taking a few parts out of his pocket, and building an incendiary grenade. I'm infusing the gun with a casting of fireball.
Yo! I'm
And
just gonna look at you and be like, we've got no time to waste, we need to go.
yeah,
Are you gonna come with me or are you gonna go and catch up with them lot?
I'll come with you.
I'm then going to not drag Zeta with me, but kind of just like usher them with me and just book it towards the walls with the guard.
Okay, we'll stick with Arlen and Zeta for now.
Oh my god, yay!
As you do reach a point where you can see the entrance from the slums to the pagoda area, you see the 50 soldiers all aligned in this, like, crossing field of fire formation as they all hold rifles and they all just are keeping out this wave of people who want to get in.
I'm going to turn to Zeta and be like, okay, we're here. We just need a reason why an Alfaro would be back here while there's a wavering band of citizens wanting to get in.
You can literally just go.
Okay,
Hi,
in
I
case
heard
that
my father
doesn't
was
work,
looking for me.
I just hold out the grenade I built earlier and offer it to you.
I take it with shakily hands, like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I just like move it around so I can look at every single part of it.
It's like an incendiary grenade, like a cylindrical shape with a pin in it and the handle.
I have never used a grenade in my life, Zeta.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
What do you mean I'll be fine? God, I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna become my father. Should we try and get in then?
Do you want to try negotiating, or I point at the grenade?
I kind of place it in my satchel for now. We'll use this as a last resort.
Alright.
Violence isn't always the first answer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm then going to, like... How tall is Zeta?
5'10".
Oh, you're the same height as me. That's surprising. I'm gonna just, like, look at you and be like, so what's the plan? Am I just gonna try and negotiate as an Alfaro, or am I just gonna try and... What's the negotiation plan?
Try to talk your way in. I will be your silent bodyguard.
Try and look more bulkier than you currently are. Try and look more like an actual bodyguard, because I'm a noble. They're gonna know me.
Can I make some last-minute adjustments to make myself look bulkier, Mark?
Make an intelligence check, a general intelligence check.
If you need to, I can assist.
That is a 23.
Never mind.
So, knowing obviously the working parts of your body, you do spend a moment just like adjusting stuff so that you look a little more bulkier in your metallic design. Obviously, pecs a bit out more, arms a bit more bulked, and as you turn around to Arlen, you go from like this sort of standard worked out man to, let's say, half of what Arnold would look like. So
Still
you've
a
got,
vending machine though.
yeah, still a vending machine, but you've got big muscles.
Can I make myself
So
any
not Hulk
taller?
level. So not Hulk level.
No.
Okay.
Can I make myself any taller?
Roll me a d4.
Oh, God. Good luck.
3.
You manage amongst your tinkering to make yourself 3 inches taller.
Okay.
So you're now 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1". Lovely. I'm then going to like nod to Zeta and then start making my way towards the guard. So like try and push my way through the people to try and negotiate something. But whilst I'm doing that, I'm also warming up my voice to sound like Aurora.
Right, so as you push through the guard, obviously, not the guard, the civilians, they all sort of like are shouting for the same thing, like they want more stuff, they want more treatment. You're sort of jostled a bit from side to side as you move through the crowd. But as you reach the front, you do reach a wall of soldiers who are standing there, pretty much shoulder to shoulder with rifles in hand.
I'm going to look at the one that's in the center. Like, I'm gonna stand, like, in front of the one that's centered.
Okay.
Do they recognize me?
They simply see you walk through, but they're just darting about the rest of the crowd, making sure no one does anything stupid.
How do I start this? Charisma. Use your charisma. What's happening in there?
Pagoda business is not of civilian matter.
I'm no civilian.
They then just lock eyes on you. It's like, and what makes you any different than anything else here?
I show the Alfaro crest on my dress and I say, Aurora Alfaro.
One moment. As they break the formation, you see the guard close up a little to avoid having anyone break through. You see him run back to back about 60 feet towards his checkpoint as they start talking to someone who's in a much more decorated suit than they are.
Oh god, I forgot to do something. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
After a while, you see the two walking back as the more decorated one is like, we had no scheduled for an Alfaro today.
Well, do I try? Do I try it? How far is the more fancier person from me?
10 feet.
10. Oh. Oh, I can try it. Oh, I can try it. I'll do that as a last resort. Charisma. I think charisma. Well, from the events happening, I thought I didn't want to miss out on behalf of the Alfaro family, so that's why I'm here with my bodyguard as I point to Zeta.
He looks
Just so I don't get,
my arms.
just so I don't get, you know, robbed or murked or anything. You know, an Alfaro who's allied with your Caribou side.
Yes, we know about the internal politics of this place.
You know you wouldn't want me to be assaulted, would you?
They
As
look,
I just smile.
they look amongst the sea of people. You have the required credit for the check.
Do I?
This is the first you've heard of a credit check, so you had no idea.
Oh shit. Okay, last resort. Charm person. Wisdom saving throw, please.
That's a 15.
Yes! You fail! Oh, I love having a high charisma. How do I charm them? I'll say... Surely if I report this back to my father, a check wouldn't be needed? If my father's going to, you know, do something with the ally, maybe if I just report this back to him, it'll be easier.
So as you cast a spell, you sort of flick out your hand discreetly. You see the waves of your arcane energy whip around him as he sort of stands up a bit more straight and just looks down. Well, of course. We don't want our allies to think we were unhospitable guests now, would we? Come on in.
I will then just look back at Zeta, and I cast a message saying, go find the others, I'll wait in here.
No.
Okay,
Don't leave
I
him.
will.
And I will walk in.
As you do, they like, isn't your bodyguard gonna join you?
Oh, my bodyguard just needs to go and grab something last minute, and then they'll be with me, if that's okay. I'll just wait over near the place for them.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll go off and find the others then.
Yeah, as you do.
I kind of just like look at Zeta running away and just be like, hurry up!
As you do, the guard's like, oh yeah, no worries. We'll keep an eye out for when they're coming through the crowd, and we'll make sure they get through unfazed.
That's very appreciated, thank you so much. And I just kind of like walk with them as if they're gonna like escort me.
Yeah, they'll walk you to the checkpoint and through.
I will then just like obviously wait for the others to then turn up.
Speaking of, so the rest of you obviously make your way through the streets. Nisa quite rapidly relaying the information that shit has hit the fan. We have to go. It's now or never. You do find the group where the orc was, and the orc is still chilling there, just a bit proud of himself, just pleased as to what he's done. And he just looks up and is like, "Oh, you again. Come with more news."
Hi.
Thank you.
I have, actually. I have a friend who you may have known from the arena. Viventi.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, they were quite good fire. And to be honest,
Yes.
I quite would like to steal a kiss from them, if you know what I mean.
I understand. Now, they are quite determined, as I'm sure you know, and me and my friends have reason to believe they may have gotten themselves into a bit of danger. I take the message ring off my finger and give it to the orc. I need you to message all of your friends, everybody who got out of that arena. Tell them to bring whatever they have, whatever they can, and tell all of their friends. Town square, 15 minutes. Give me this back when you get there, and I hand them the message ring.
As they take it, they admire it. It's like, oh, it's a pretty shiny ring. So, here, 15 minutes. Okay, I'll make sure I can use it properly, maybe. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
And make sure you
Just-
bring stuff.
Nisa, please tell them how to use the ring before you go.
You see them place it up to their mouth. They're like, "Hello, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello."
Place it on your finger like a normal ring,
As-
and then think of the name of the person you wish to send it to, and then the words you wish to say to them. You have a 25-word limit.
you see them.
Repeat the me-
You see them pop it
Then
on their
with-
finger as they sort of clench their eyes, and you see their head bobbing as they count all the words. And then you see them sort of like their eyes shoot open. It's like, "Oh, it works!"
Amazing. Now, rinse and repeat for every single one of the people who made it out of that arena. Tell them Viventi is in danger, Nisa is back, and you need their help. Grab all of their things, meet you at the town square. They have 15 minutes.
Right, I'll tell them all to meet here. Right.
Also,
Right.
tell them Princess Hazel is there too.
So, let me just work this out. So, we are in need of aid. Vi has returned. That's 9 words I can count. I swear. 9. We also have a Princess Hazel, Lillian, Christial.
Just
Where
Princess
are you
Hazel
from?
is good.
Princess Hazel. So -1 from the. Actually, -2. Where are you from?
In Tracia.
From Intracia, here to aid our cause. I've got 3 words left. Do I have to use all 25 words?
Tell them, bring gear.
Bring gear. I've got 1 word left.
Now.
Now. Okay. And he's just going to relay that to everyone he knows.
Amazing. So after 15 minutes, how many people am I looking at?
Consume any chocolate. Give me a minute.
Of course.
The fact that I have to use my name to try and help bring people
So you see it
together.
go from obviously you 4 to about 3 dozen people. So about 36 people. Not enough for a platoon, but they all bring with them like old weapons, old relics, stuff like that to aid in the fights. As the 15-minute
Well,
clock's up, it goes up to 40 people. Right, go ahead.
Well, I know that you've probably all heard of this before. The rich have come down from their ivory towers to beg for your pockets in order for change. Now, there's a difference between them and me, and I take out my bag of gold. My pockets are already heavy enough. I'm not here for your gold or really for your aid. I'm here because I failed the first time. And somebody who I care about is now in danger because of my failure. Now, I'm going to give you all 5 more minutes. Talk to your friends, your loved ones. You have 2 options here. You can go back to your shit-smeared huts and die of sickness, starvation, and thirst. Or you can take up the rusted weapons and broken armor and join together to overthrow the government who has constantly made you feel afraid and alone. Now, freedom and liberty were not enough. How about gold? I hereby promise that every single person of whom fights with me today will have their share of the royal treasury. You have 5 more minutes.
Not my royal treasury.
You have 5 more minutes, then we march. Good luck.
I'm guessing they mean the rulers.
Yeah, they don't mean in Tracy's royal treasury.
I was about to say.
The debt on that one is big enough already. But as you say that, you see them all like turn to each other and just like silently converse and just get things ready. As you do say that, you see Zeta coming in quite a rush, just making her way, barreling through into the crowd towards you all.
Arlen's managed to bullshit his way in. Let's move it.
Right.
So, looking after the 5-minute period, any more people joined, or are we still looking at 40?
Wait!
You're still looking at the 40.
You left
Okay.
Arlen alone?
They won't be along for much
told me
longer,
to go
Princess.
ahead here.
Let's
Did
move.
I see Vi on the way back here, by the way?
Do you
You
seriously
did not
think,
know.
Okay.
Do you seriously think,
That's...
even though Arlen's bullshitted their way in, do you think they're gonna let a platoon of people through those doors?
I'm not thinking that they will, but that's not what we're here for. We're each going to split up into 4 groups, 44. There's the 40 of you, then me, Princess Hazel, Zeta, and Zazabar. Each of us will lead a platoon of 10. My platoon will be made of people who are trying to sneak round the side, do a flank assault. Zeta, you do another 10. Go in the pincer room with me. Hazel and Zaz, you lead the other 20 in a frontal assault.
I'm
Try and go
sorry.
in first.
Hold on.
Our pincer movement.
I'm sorry, but last time I followed one of your plans, Nisa, it got me strung up in the back of a boat with multiple
Then you don't have to.
pirates.
Bottom of
Zaz, you lead your platoon in a frontal assault. Zeta, you lead yours to the left. I'll lead mine to the right. Hazel, have a tea party with yours if you like. It's up to you. Let's move.
I'm start moving.
As you do,
I don't trust this.
you start hearing people clank their weapons together, like screaming, like, "Arrgh!"
I don't trust this.
So, is Arlen waiting at the checkpoint for the others to arrive?
I'm kind of with the more fancier one, kind of just coercing with them about, like, obviously why I'm here. So, like, bullshitting that, obviously I'm here on my father's behalf, because obviously the Alpha and Garabo alliance. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting at the checkpoint for them, but obviously making it believe that I'm only waiting for Zeta, because obviously bodyguard. But yeah.
As you are, you obviously the 2 teams that are flanking around the side, there's no need to worry. It's the ones who are going in frontal assault.
That's what I mean. I don't trust this.
As
They have guns at the front.
after about 10 minutes of conversing and bullshitting your way through, sort of like you and this platoon leader are having quite a nice chat, you know, it's like back and forth banter, you know, all that stuff. You start hearing screams and shouting coming from the front row of guards as they all sort of move the crowd like and disperse them before they all get back into a reverse V. As, if I'm correct, it's Zaz and Hazel going in through the front door, isn't it?
I don't trust this.
Okay.
They're gonna
How
freaking murder us. It's a stupid plan.
How about Zaz leads your 10 along with his,
And I know what
And
happens
Zeta
when you
gives you
frontal assault
invisibility.
something.
and you
I
can
watched a
go and
certain
find
episode.
Arla.
What's been made has been made. So,
Fucking hell.
Nisa, remind me, it was Zaz and Hazel going in through the front door, yes?
You're gonna fucking kill us.
Yeah, but I did ask if it was okay beforehand, so people wanted to, like,
you
at that
didn't
point,
ask if it was
talk to
okay
each
to
other.
me.
I said sounds good.
So,
It's a stupid plan.
I need Zaz and Hazel to make dexterity saving throws.
I'm not gonna.
Ah,
So if I die, I won't kill Nisa, I will kill Rain.
I've got 2 nat 1s so far.
You got this.
Oh.
That's a natural 20.
What is it?
Dexterity saving throw.
That's a 13.
I got a 3.
Right, so obviously you, the guards and Arlen, you watch as the crowd sort of parts like the Red Sea as these warriors come running down with Hazel and Zaz amongst them. Hazel looking very wary.
Oh no.
I don't trust this, but Rain's kind of just pushed it on to me, so.
You both failed as you hear the orders for ready, aim, fire.
I'm just gonna like reach my hand out like, oh fuck, wait.
I need both of you to take 19 points of piercing damage as this volley of fire erupts into the crowd. You see all the attackers hit the deck at different points. A few of them killed instantly.
Yeah, you freaking murdered people.
The rest of them taking shrapnel wounds as they will. As then the platoon starts moving into the parting, rifles raised.
How much is that? 19?
19. 19 for both of you.
Oh god. If I
As then
shout
they
anything, it's gonna
encircled.
be
As
weird.
a fighter, do I have dodge?
No.
No.
Wait,
Okay.
so they've moved up.
They've moved up and they are now encircling everyone who tried to attack.
Fucking kill
So that
them
now
pretty
means
much.
that me and Zeta can flank them from behind since they've moved up.
As
Thing is though, could Zanzibar and Hazel just run out the way so they don't get circled?
that's what the dexterity saving throw was for.
We failed.
I'm just gonna be like watching with like wide eyes, like what the hell is happening?
So just concurrently, while this, we'll take a break from this just to detail team backdoor. As you go around as you go all the way through the sums, you make your way round. Obviously, whichever side you do, you reach the back. It is solid stone wall going 70, possibly 80 feet into the air.
Okay, but if we've moved in from the side, kind of hugging the wall, and they've moved forward, that means that now we can move where they were, right?
There's still a lot of the guards at the checkpoint who have it trained in case anyone does anything stupid.
How many is a lot?
Well, you've currently got about 25 of them encircling everyone who tried to assault. Any other guard who was there has moved forward to sort of fill in the gaps to sort of create this barrier between them and the inner city.
Okay, in that case, when I get to where it is, instead of going for a full frontal assault, or full backwards assault, I will. How far is Hazel's group and Zaz's group to where me and Zeta are?
Are you going in the back of the compound or?
Kind of round the sides, pushing up to go round the back.
Yeah, because you've got the inner city, and then all around the inner city is just slums.
Yeah, let's go round the back.
See, one moment. As you, obviously, as you go around the back, you are met with this 80-foot wall of stone that just towers into the sky.
Yeah, and can we see Zaz and Hazel?
No.
Right.
This wall wraps around the entire inner city.
Oh, right. Okay, no, sorry, that's me. I didn't mean to go like round the whole inner city. I meant round the actual checkpoint itself.
Oh yeah, either side of the checkpoint you have 2 towering walls which sort of funnels it into the inner city.
Oh, bollocks. And where do those walls stop?
They stop at where the wall of guards that Arlen and Zeta first encountered were standing.
So, could we go to where just out of... Can I try and make a stealth check to get just out of sight of where the guards were standing, but where I can get an eye line on Hazel and Zaz?
You can certainly try.
I'll take that. Okay, that is a 28.
None of the guards are going to be able to beat that. Yeah, fucking take the success.
What happened?
Okay, when I get there, I'm going to cast message to Hazel and Zaz. I'm about to cast darkness over you and the group. The people there will provide cover. When the darkness is cast, run to me and Zeta.
Hazel's literally gonna go, I told you this was a fucking stupid idea.
Noted.
I'm willing to take the risk.
And then I'll use my then I'll cast darkness on where they were, on where they are with the guards
next
encircling
time.
As you do cast darkness, you watch the crowd sort of scatter even more as only yours and Zeta's militiamen remain. Does it cover the pack itself?
Yeah, so covering the pack itself so the guards encircling them can't see in.
But then again, no one on the inside can see as well.
But does it
Yes.
affect dark vision?
Do you have Devil Sight from one of your invocations?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Only Devil Sight and I think True Sight can see through magical darkness.
Yep.
Before I cast it, I'm gonna make sure that Hazel and Zaz can see us before I cast it. So I'm just like run to us, and then I'll do, like wave my arms around.
We're surrounded.
You are surrounded by guards who have rifles trained on you. You've just been covered in magical darkness that extends beyond the guards. Nisa was so fucking hidden they basically became a leaf in the wind.
It's so fucking stupid.
But as the darkness is cast, you watch as the guards move up either side of the darkness, just looking for whoever it is. Basically just moving up in a flying V formation to try and see it. Because obviously the crowd of people that were there demanding stuff is gone. Like, just fucking booked it.
No, I'm kind of happy that I'm not here Friday because
Yeah, that could be
I would
interesting.
slap them one. I'm not joking.
I'm sorry. I
But
thought
yeah,
this would go better.
How
as
many guards are there?
there are 5 did move away, move back out of the darkness. The other 5 are still trained on what they last knew. So there's now about 25 guards just moving in a sweeping formation either side of the darkness. So they are going to see you soon.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah, oh, sorry, your question?
The person that I'm charming right now, obviously, at this point is still under my charm. Can I, like, look panicked and say, like, the Princess of Intracia is in there. She could be attacked right now. Can you get her out?
Or, what would an emissary from down there be doing here?
They were with me to watch the event, and some of my other friends are down there, but they can protect themselves. I need you to go and get her, please. I don't want her harmed. She's my girlfriend.
You see him nod as he walks forward with
Wouldn't
3
that
other
shock
guards.
him?
I'm just gonna look so thankful, just like, please be okay, please be okay.
As he walks into the darkness, igniting this light within his eyes, as you just see these 2 bright blue beams just like staring through in the darkness as they look down to you. As they kneel down, it's like, are you the princess from Intracia?
Princess Hazel.
Come with me.
What about Zaz?
That-
Take
I
that,
just
take
go,
that, take that with you, take that
I
with you.
would
Is,
like to
is that one your bodyguard?
Yes.
Come on, you.
Thank you. Or if I was left alone,
You
oh
are
my
so
God.
fucking lucky.
That's
I swear,
you.
I am
I
giving
discriminate.
Lisa a massive freaking slap.
You are
I'm
so
sorry.
welcome for this. You are so welcome for this.
yeah, you
Oh,
both Hazel and Zaz get escorted beyond the wall, like back to the checkpoint as
thank you.
the captain just as presuming is like, there you go, safe from harm.
Thank you so much. Do you want to kind of help your guards and kind of escalate the situation?
Oh, don't worry. So long as we get all the perpetrators. Well, I mean, we've got half. They'll go into custody. Well, the ones that are still alive anyway. I think I saw about 3-4 dead bodies in there.
Okay.
Well, why not just maybe, because it's a big riot out there, and you kind of need to escalate that situation a bit more.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We've got a plan for that. As he just looks down towards his wrist, just taps it twice. Yeah, send out the tracking unit. I think we've got a few revolutionaries who want to try and take over the place. I just hear back from it. Roger, Dodger.
I wouldn't already jinx that. I don't think that would be the major issue. If they were going to try and take over, surely they're just trying to tackle something down.
Oh, don't worry. Something
I'm
as small as a revolutionary like this can easily scale into like a full white nation outbreak. So we might as well capture them, imprison them, and then possibly execute them. I mean, that's what we'll do with these lot for committing treason.
Those lot?
He points towards the group that you and Zaz were leading.
I see. I just wanted to make sure that my
Ariel.
I'm gonna kind of just like struggle and say, best friend. I didn't want her to be hurt. Obviously, she's Princess of Antracia, next line to the throne. You know.
Ariel.
Yes.
Do a perception.
Oh god, the charm just break. 32.
No.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Natural
Yeah,
20.
what?
Natural 20 plus 12.
Damn.
So what is it you want them to look for?
If you look at Hazel, she is shaking, and you can see tears coming out of her eyes.
So you look at Hazel, and with your eagle-eyed vision, you can see not only are they shaking, you can see like the little movements that they're shaking, but you see their hair slowly stand on edge.
No, you can see them actually.
No,
like,
they roll 32. They can see every minute detail.
I rolled a natural 20.
You can see tears rolling down their eyes. That is their fault. They could have stopped.
I'm gonna just like hold them. I'm just gonna like grab each of her wrists and like say, could you keep an eye on Hazel's bodyguard for a second? Can I just pull her aside for just a couple moments? If that's okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna immediately pull Hazel aside. Are you okay?
I could have stopped that.
Hazel,
I could
look
have
at me.
stopped that, but Nisa decided to go for it.
I'm gonna just hold you by the like side of your face, just like
I
calm.
tried to stop them from going through a plan because, as we found out, their decisions aren't actually the best. Because last time they made a decision and I went through with it, we ended up tied up in a boat.
Hazel,
Shit.
Lillian, Christielle, look at me. Take deep breaths and just calm down. Yes, this situation is very out of hand and with whatever is happening right now, but we don't have time. And I'm gonna say this now, you're strong. Just keep the courage in you just for a bit, please. I got you guys in here. I got you guys out of this situation. Just focus on yourself for now.
At this point,
You've got this, okay? I'm with you.
I don't think I'm fit to be a ruler.
You are fit to be a ruler, okay? Look at me.
I just led people to their death. Arlen.
Hazel. I love you, okay?
I led people
And
to
you
their
know
death.
nothing on your actions or your karma is going to change that.
I don't deserve to be happy.
You do. Let's just solve this situation first. Get Nisa and Zeta here, and then we can go and find Vi. Okay? We'll be one step closer to freedom after this. I promise you. And I will protect you. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand you. But I swear, if I see Nisa, they are going to get a massive freaking decking from me.
That's
As
okay.
people may say.
That is okay. Just take a moment to breathe and then catch up with the rest of us, okay?
You've already got a point of inspiration, I can't give you another one. I would have given you one for that.
Do you understand me?
Yes! Arlen.
Okay. And I like give her a kiss on the nose, like on the tip of the nose. Just take a moment to calm down, okay? I will be right on that side of the entrance, okay? Just take a moment to yourself. And I will walk back to Zanzibar and try and see if I can see Nisa and Zeta.
Speaking of, as the riot ensued, what is it that Nisa and Zeta did?
Mark, you need to stop reading The Art of War.
Why?
You need to stop doing this. Okay.
Ren
fine,
got me
fine.
it for my birthday, okay? It's a bloody good book. Sun Tzu was way ahead of their
I'm
time.
sorry, Rain, but they don't just read
Yeah,
the
no.
Art of War. They play war tactic games.
Yeah, I live in the art of war.
Yeah. You kind of fucked me over. Okay, let me think. So, is there any kind of loose guards straggling about?
You do see, obviously the fanning out as like the crowd disperses, so you see them coming like towards your direction with rifles armed.
Are there any singular guards on their own
Nope.
coming towards my direction?
You're in
Oh,
trouble.
fuck, how many? How many are coming towards me?
So you've got 12 on one side of the fan, 12 on the other side of the fan, as they just come out, basically with the hinges against the edge of the walls, they just start going outwards towards a 45-degree angle to sort of protect the clump of darkness that you've made.
Right, okay then. In that case, I'm gonna send a message to to any of the people still in the darkness in and of itself. I'm really sorry. We have maybe a break. Get as many guards away from me as possible. I have planned.
And you're just saying that to anyone within the circle?
Message that to anybody within that circle, yes.
Including a guard?
No, because you have to
Any
be,
of
you
the-
have to
any
be
of
able
the
to
people
say
who I can
someone
actually-
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, any of the people in the circle who I've seen.
Who you see?
Who I've seen.
Okay.
So they can obviously envision the face. So you do put it out to the group. The one you get back is from the orc. As they're like, well, we'll try and do what we can. Just 3, 2. Oh, I'm still communicating. Hold on. As then you hear it go black. You hear this. All of you hear this roar erupt from the darkness. As you hear it stumble. And then another 20 shots go off within that darkness.
Okay, how many guards are still pushing up on me? Have any of them turned around, basically?
No, they are all still locked. They are trained for this.
Oh, fuck. Okay. You gotta stop reading Art of War.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using war tactics against you. What would you like me to do? Say they're incompetent pricks?
Are you freaking going to murder
Yes.
Yeah,
everyone in
that's what
there?
you're supposed to do.
I'm sorry, this
Okay.
is D&D, this is real life.
So, so we're pushed up against a wall. What's opposite the wall? Is there, are we sandwiched between a wall and a building?
The wall is currently part of a building.
Okay, so there's no... Okay. And opposite said wall building thing.
Opposite said wall is the plaza, where you see the soldiers moving in, and obviously the magical darkness.
So, okay. Ugh. Shit. Oh! I'm gonna message Zeta. We are the princess's bodyguards, and we are trying to find her. Play along.
Oh my god.
And
Can
I'm
do.
gonna...
Are
and I'm
you
gonna, at that
trying
point,
to
get
get
my
me
blunderbuss
killed?
out. No, and I'm gonna, at that point, get my blunderbuss out, and I'm gonna start walking, and just screaming, Aurora! Aurora, is everything okay? As I leave out of the, darkness towards the guards. At which point, the second I see them, I'm putting my hands in the air, and I'm just, we're looking for the princess. We've been tasked to keep her safe. Is everything okay? Take us to her now. What's happened?
As you leave the darkness, you see that, like, a few soldiers train onto you, but then as they see Zeta coming out with you, they just sort of look between each other, look back to the captain as he just waves you on through as they part, and they just nudge their head enough so that you can move on through.
Don't
You're
worry.
pulling
The
people to
fancy
their
guy is
death.
still under my charm just for a couple more seconds. It's okay.
Oh, come on.
Do you dispel the darkness, Nisa?
Do they know that I've cast it?
No.
No. In which case, I'm not dispelling it at all.
You
Don't
just
worry,
start.
I
You
still
just,
have the guy on the charm.
you just start seeing like people like dragging out what bodies they can as they just line them up behind obviously the barricade of soldiers, which totals up to 20. Every single one
as-
who went in.
Yeah. I will at that point
Freaking
message
killed
the other,
them.
Yeah, I will at that point message the other people who haven't been killed, just thank you. And I will then at that point say out loud, fucking savages. Who do they think they are? To one of the guards as I walk through the barrier.
The soldier you say that to just looks at you before they start like moving backwards back into the formation to protect the inner city.
I'm going to just turn and see like Nisa and Zeta, and kind of just play along because obviously Zeta's still apparently my guard. So I'm just gonna be like holding my hands to my chest, like, oh, thank God.
Princess, is everything okay?
Everything's fine. We can go inside now, cause. And I turn to the fancy guy and just say like, again, thank you.
Yes, thank you for keeping her safe.
Well,
I'm then going to usher Hazel over.
I can safely say that I was.
I would keep me away from Nisa if I were you.
Yeah, no, that was a fuck up. I did fuck that up.
That's fine. I've got you behind me. But yes, I turn to the guy.
Yeah, that was not the ideal way we wanted you to enter our city, princesses. But I can assure you that there will be no such insurrection like that on the inside of these walls.
It's
I
no
think
issue.
It was rather rude.
We've had worse. We've really had worse. In their right guards.
I understand.
Yes, we've
I
had
nod.
we've had some bad revolutionaries in the past.
Can I ask you a quick question, gentlemen? If I don't know your name, sorry.
Oh, just call me Sergeant.
Do you have any chance, have you seen a half-tabaxi anywhere that has walked towards this place?
Oh, Oh, yeah. One came along just before you did. Handed themselves in as an escaped slave.
I look at Nisa with wide eyes like, oh shit. Where are they? We need to see them. They're a friend of ours.
They were taken to Arena Caribou, you know, the rebuilt one after the tragic fire that struck here a few years ago.
I've got 5 more seconds. I'll say, escort me there. Or us.
And I'm at that point gonna get behind the general, just in case it wears off.
It will wear off. It's literally like 2 seconds. But yeah, I will
I'm
say in
gonna-
the last
I'm-
5 seconds, I will say, escort us there, please. And that's the charm.
Right. If you'd all like to follow me, as he walks you all in past the checkpoint, he just sort of like just keeps turning it just so that you'll get through. The inside is this bustling, bright, very eccentric atmosphere. You've got a couple like artisan workshop factories to your left. To your right, you see 3 grand casinos. If I actually pull up the map on my phone, that would actually be very helpful.
Also, in VC chat, I did post what Arlen's dress looks like. And it's quite pretty.
Log in with Google. That count.
Yeah, so like
Let's-
the pendant that has the door is like already pre-sewn into the dress, and it's got the Alfaro family crest.
So yeah,
I need that dress.
you see a few casinos and a rather large, luscious hotel off to your right. The center you have obviously the towering pagoda reaching high above anything else you've seen, with a selection of houses around it. And off to your south left, or front left, as you're walking in, you do see the Arena Caribou, which has just got a few light bits of scaffolding around it, just finishing up the reconstruction.
Have I been here before?
Yes.
I
Definitely.
certainly have.
It would take them 3 years to finish up the construction.
Look,
Yeah.
that thing burnt down in a fire.
Yeah.
And that was by the time I
Tragedy.
left my home
They'd
to
have to
go
take it all
adventuring.
down and then
Yep.
re.
See, you're finally learning how construction works.
I'm
I
going
know how
to.
construction works.
Whilst we're walking, I'm just gonna like look around and give the face as if like obviously I recognize this place, but I'm also holding Hazel's like hand really tight, as if like I'm not letting her away from me.
Hazel's shaking, so you can feel her hand shaking.
That's fine because I've got you either way. So mine.
Also, I'm gonna split Zaz and I'm gonna give it to Arlen, but message Arlen to give it to Hazel. Just one of my. Which ones are they? Just one of my normal potions of healing.
I will slide it into if Hazel has any pockets in her dress.
You know, I've still got one, so
I'm not
Yeah.
wearing a dress.
What? Do you have any pockets?
They're a woman, of course not.
Oh my god. Do you have anything I can latch it onto?
I have a bag on.
I'll just shove it into there. So I'll just say like, I'll just whisper to you whilst we're walking, and I'll just say, keep this in case, and I will just like place the potion of healing in
Hold
there.
on. Give me a moment and I'll show you what Hazel looks like currently.
So
I want
as,
to see my bean.
as you all walk towards Arena Caravan, obviously escorted by the sergeant, he takes you towards the river that trisects this place as he just waves across the bridge. It's just up the hill. There's not anything going on, so if you want to have a look around, you can. Just be mindful of any builders. They're a bit cranky at this time.
You know
Of
we
course.
won't intrude. We won't pry
Yeah.
into anything. The guards are keeping an eye on me and Hazel anyway, so we'll be fine.
Of course.
Just in case we do get stopped at all by any guards or people who don't want us to get in, is there any name or title we should use to let us in?
You can just use my name.
Yeah, they point to Arlen. Their name will get you enough.
Of course, thank you.
They sort of just jog a little bit towards Arlen and just leans in and whisper, "Why the fuck did you bring a devil blood here? Are you mad or you mental?"
I will whisper and say, my father employed them only as a guard of mine just so they could prove their worth to their kind. I will make a
Okay.
deception check if I have to.
Can I make a perception to see if I hear him?
Yeah, Nisa perception, Arlen deception, and
Oh, Jesus
God,
That's a 17.
you do
Deception's
hear it.
plus 9. Cocked. 28.
Yep, you beat the lie.
And as I hear it, I'm just gonna put my weapon on my back and walk up to the general. You know what they say about firebloods? Vicious, bloodthirsty, and I placed my index finger on his temple. We never miss. I'm gonna try and, as he's kind of distracted by my index finger, what's in his pocket?
He hasn't got any pockets on his front.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
I'm also,
I'll have a look at it.
with you, so you would probably, if you were investigating, you'd have me
You
to
got
help you.
caught stealing.
But yeah, I'm gonna just like say to the guy or to the sergeant, don't worry, they're just they're here behalf of my father. Like I said, they're my guards.
Okay, well, we'll be keeping an eye on them because you know what they're like.
I know what they're like, and trust me, I promise you that they're really no harm.
Trust me, she has no
Hazel's
idea.
just gonna look at Arlen with a face.
Sure. Right, well,
An ally doesn't lie.
that is true.
But don't worry, I will also keep an eye on them in case they get into any mischief. You can go back to your duty now.
Of course.
I thank you again. And I just
And
watch
don't
them
worry.
walk away.
And I'm just gonna go, and don't worry, I'll make sure that devil blood stays in line.
Why is everybody calling me slurs?
Well,
I
you
didn't
know
call you
why
anything.
Hazel's mad at you. You know why Hazel's mad at you.
You don't call someone a slug. Fine.
Okay.
Alright,
As
so
if I see the guy walk away, I'm just then just gonna like crack my knuckles like, well, that was hectic.
as you watch him walk away, you do crack your knuckles as, turning back around, going to continue across the bridge, you see someone in a cloak standing there, just tossing a dagger leant up against a tree.
Do I know who it is?
Make a perception check.
Oh, they're after you, aren't they?
Plus 12. It's a plus 12. It's a plus 12. It's a plus 12. 26.
As you look at them, you see obviously the light covering most of their face, but you see from just below the nose down is purple. As looking leant up against the tree, you see just poking around the other side of the tree along them is a purple tail. As you just look, I may be getting on for some time, but that was kind of shit from what I've seen.
Do I know who it is with the perception check?
Not in this stance.
And who are you?
Okay.
I'd like to just walk up to them.
I will join you.
As you do, they sort of take a few steps back, and it's like, now please, we must all be in one care for personal space, I must ask.
I'm gonna stay this far from you. That's all I will do. I won't come any closer.
But it's glad to see one of my kind has managed to break through the checkpoint, as it were.
Hello,
Who are you?
Equally so. Haven't seen one of us for a while, and I'm just gonna hold out my hand to handshake.
Is
They
Hazel beside me?
Yeah, they look down at the hand, and it's like, follow me real quick. As they start walking north along the riverbank.
Is it just Nisa?
That's all of you. She's indicating you to
All
follow.
of us are.
I will just leader-wise just like usher Zanzibar and Zeta to follow.
Yeah. Tiefling. Yeah, okay.
Can I
So-
be kind of in front of the party a little bit, but having like Nisa and Hazel kind of like beside me each side, but a little bit behind?
Yep. So as you all make your way across the bank of the river, going north, you do reach a small little sort of hideaway underneath one of the trees. As they usher you inside, obviously sandwiched between where the two walls join, you'll go in, and it's sort of like a hideaway shack. Like it's not meant to be known.
What's this?
This is where I've been keeping low, and surprisingly been helping someone who appears to be affiliated with you lot. As they
Right.
as they close the door and just tie it shut behind them, they bring their hood down, revealing the double purple horns and purple hair. As they look, it's like, now once again, that attempt to get through was incredibly shit.
Yeah, I know.
And once
I
again,
fucked up.
you still haven't given us your name.
Call me Azari. But
You're
obviously,
the one from the guild.
Oh my god! It's her! It's her!
Previous characters!
I told you they were still kicking. They're like 200 years older, but
God. Okay, sorry,
Have I heard
sorry
of
on
them?
behalf of the stream, but holy shit!
I've
you,
heard of them.
you would have heard their name in passing. You know them to be associated with the Freedom Trail.
You're part of
Would
the
I as
Freedom
well or
Trail.
nah?
Everyone would have heard of the Freedom Trail.
Like the
So,
one Ezio was in?
oh yeah, that one. That was a bit interesting, I must say. Especially when they came back and demanded that they have a new assignment to hunt someone down, someone which, yeah,
You're their godmother?
unfortunately, I was.
Oh my god. I feel
I
bad
heard
for
about
you, that
from
out of character.
Ezio. They seem to hold you in high regard.
Well, there's more than one reason that I'm sort of one of the main members of this Freedom Trail.
Why are you here?
Well,
Well, you must know what the Freedom Trail's about, do you not?
you're against slavery.
And what do these people hold here?
Slaves.
She just holds her hand
My-
up as if to say, "You've just worked it out yourself. Congratulations."
No, I already knew. I was just helping.
I know, but like, yeah. Go on.
I'm trying to just piece together what I was trying to word because this is just breathtaking. Oh god. Oh, she was
Do you
here on
have
behalf
the,
of that woman.
photo of what Hazel looks like?
I'm going
What is
to
ours?
just say, then
Send it.
you are also here on against my family.
Alfaro or Carabo?
I'm an Alfara.
You see her like almost visibly gag as she just.
Don't worry.
Fair
I
enough.
know, I know.
They-
I
They-
don't like my family either.
Well, I commend the effort, even if my 300 odd years is playing against me.
I just hold Hazel's hand during this whole thing.
So, have you got a plan of what to do here, or did the Tabaxi kind of fill me in on what you wanted to do?
No, a
Random
stupid,
stories.
you know, devil blood decided to go for a full frontal assault, which nearly got us killed.
It seems like a bad idea to call me the slur in front of somebody who is the same race as me. Just saying. But
yeah,
yes, no, I
a bit
fucked up.
poor choice with
Sorry,
that, princess.
Sorry.
Yeah, my plan also burnt to death and was stabbed and shot at the door, although I'm not being racist.
But I'm
about it.
pretty sure
Yes,
you're not
I
stupid.
fucked up. Everybody's
And
dead. Do I-
Oh, so that was the multitude of gunfire that I heard going off outside.
Yeah, that's this one's fault.
Oh. Well, at least
Yeah.
now I'm in the know.
Yeah, no, it was worse than I had expected. But
Oh, and for that, I'm walking up to Nisa and I'm going to give them a massive slap round the face.
Is Nisa going to
Oh.
resist?
I'm gonna try not to get hit. Yeah.
Make an unarmed attack roll.
And that's plus a
Strength.
18.
Does an 18 hit Nisa?
It does not.
Okay, so as you go to, you just walk up to Nisa. They sort of look a bit sheepish. As you go to smack them, they just raise their arm like at the last moment.
I'm not gonna try and hurt Hazel. I'm just gonna give them like a shove to get them away from me because I don't want to get hurt.
I
And then-
think a slap
Look,
is quite
you're right.
fair
People are
for
dead.
someone
Yes,
that
it's
nearly
my
tried.
fault. But what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear that I'm sorry that the people are dead? Because I am, if it wasn't already obvious enough. Does that make you happy? Does it make you happy that I am conscious and aware of the fact that I have just killed 20 people? Does that put you at ease, Hazel? Because it shouldn't.
No, it makes me unhappy because I'm the one that went along with it. Nisa,
Y-
do you understand how a person of my standard could let and lead someone into that?
If you are not
Do you
prepared for
think
20 deaths,
how much
how could
it
you
hurts?
ever be prepared for war?
I don't mean to break up this lovers' quarrel you two have, but you've currently got pressing matters than shouting at each other.
You're right. Yes. Where's Vi?
Like, oh, you're Tabaxi. Well, they came through here. They handed themselves in as a slave. I managed to charm my way into letting them go, but to be fair, they were a bit revenge-driven on what they wanted to do.
Doesn't surprise me with how they looked when they were walking with us to Vedichi.
Yeah,
They-
sounds like them.
Obviously, I'm guessing they were a slave here once.
Yep, and I know exactly when as well, which hurts.
Well, let's just say that they plan on butchering, beating, and bloodying the person who enslaved them, which is currently within these city walls.
I'm low-key not surprised, but also quite surprised at the same time.
Yeah, sounds like Vi.
Now, ultimately, their plan to doing so was pretty naive, I will say. So I gave him some pointers. But I think you lot have a bit more of a pressing matter than wondering where your rage-driven tabaxi is.
Out of game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a stupid question, but I know who owns the arena, right?
You would have a faint glance of who they would be, but you wouldn't know for certain.
Okay, that's fair. I was low-key curious anyway, because... But yeah, okay, that's fine.
So what, are you here to do my job for me? Are you here to kill the caribous? Are you here to... What are you here to do?
I take a step forward and I kind of just like cough a little bit and alter my voice so I'm back to Arlen, and I say, we're here to stop what was first caused, and on behalf of the family that's part of it, I'm here to basically put an end to it with these lot at my hand. I'm also here to defeat my father.
You're a bold one, I'll give you that.
You're welcome.
So you're here to basically do what an army can't?
Yes.
Okay. As she takes a
You know,
look...
when you put it like that, that doesn't sound very appealing.
Well, an army's been trying to take down this place for the last 18 months. They've got within half a mile, and that was their extent.
We were stuck in Bon Fortuna for the past, what in this world is 3 years and 3 months.
Oh, you went to that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
why'd
wasn't
you-
just
Went.
rumours, was it?
Went implies we had a choice in the matter.
We got drugged and taken there, so we were kind of forced.
Reminds me of experience I had.
That's not right.
Didn't you?
Didn't I? Now, by the looks of it, we've got an Alfaro, someone like me who's very much gung-ho, a half-orc,
As always.
a metal machine. By the looks of your crest, I'm going to say Intracia.
Princess.
And Tracy and Princess.
I was on the right
AKA
lines.
my girlfriend.
So, I'm guessing you're going to want an audience with whoever's running this town.
I crack my knuckles and I'm like, more than just that.
The arena leaders too?
More like I've got some unfinished business with them. On behalf of my dad.
Fair enough. I won't keep you any longer, but just so you know, if you all die, I will be coming to the afterlife and telling you I told you fucking so. This place does not fuck around. You have to be on your guard at all times. There is a secret police in here. And if you do one thing out of line, they are going to eat you up and spit you out.
Speaking of
Sounds
doing
like
things out of
cannibals.
line, where is our tabaxi? Do you know?
I gave them a little pointer on their mission. I don't know where they are now. I didn't want to interfere, or rather actually know where they were, just in case something were to jeopardize that.
I think I might know.
Go
I
on.
think. I don't want to jinx it though, and this is out of character. Maybe where I might have met them first. I'm just gonna like, in character, just like wide-eye and be like, don't quote me, but I think I know where they might be. I don't know.
I'd be willing to try it, but first, seeing as my plan has just been coated in gunpowder, what are we actually doing?
Well, we've got to get Vi out of there, and also the other slaves, before they all die. So, well, do we know when the event's happening?
2 days' time, most likely.
So in those 2 days, We need to find Vi. We need to be prepared for what battlefront we're going to be dealing with, and then get our asses out of there with the slaves and head north.
Why north?
I don't know, because it's a quicker way to get to home, so I can, I don't know, have you guys help me defeat my dad? Like I
Good
said,
point.
you guys can go blitz crazy.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, that's what we're here for.
Well,
then.
I'm not going to let you stop. I'm not going to stop you with that. Have fun on your little dance
Ow.
with death.
Of course, before you go, seeing as I'm pretty sure that's what we just talked about, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you know any way we could get an audience with the people who run this place?
Don't fucking die, that's one. Impress them at the arena. Win big at the casinos. Or just be an Alfaro.
I just like, why do I like, oh, that's me. Why don't
Sounds like a plan.
why don't
Lisa?
I go and find them?
Nisa,
Hazel,
you're no longer able to make any combat decisions.
as much as I appreciate that fact, we have learned by now what happens when people tell me what to do, right?
Have we? Yeah, but we've also learned what happens when you make decisions for us all.
So I'm
I
guessing.
think in my head.
So I'm guessing it was you, Nisa, was it, that orchestrated that massacre outside?
Oh, and they also decided
Yes.
that
One moment. One moment. I'll have a chat with you in a bit.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah,
So
That
if
was
you're
massacre.
if you're one for having, as we call it, the Soviet approach of human wave tactics, I think that the Day Princess here has got a point. And I know it's not
Okay.
kind for someone to be told what to do. Believe me, I fucking know. After having more than one knife put to my throat. But I can assure you that if someone says that after you've orchestrated a massacre, you might want to listen to them. Else you might end up in a massacre.
I appreciate the sense. And so long as it is a group decision as to whether or not we do what I say or not, it's fine by me.
Well, let's put it to a
Saying that I
vote.
can or cannot make those decisions goes against it.
Well,
Take my decisions with a pinch of salt.
how
I'll
about
leave it up to you whenever I make them.
if you're so happy with party popularity, why don't we hold a vote?
okay,
So,
I agree.
Princess, do you think Nisa should be allowed to make combat decisions?
As this is the second time that they've failed at something like this, I do not.
One against. Nisa, your view? I'm guessing you're for giving yourself combat decisions?
I'm for giving all party members equal opportunity to make the decision.
No,
So yes,
no, that's
I am.
not. That's okay. That's yes. Half orc.
Yes.
Do you agree with Nisa's orchestrating of plans?
As myself,
Considering obviously what's just happened, possibly in front of your very eyes, I would say considers wisely.
And it nearly got you killed.
that is true. I'm gonna say no.
That's 2 against. Metal Man. Your view?
Well, everyone should be allowed to pitch plans, but Hazel objected and got ignored.
It's a fair point.
So I take it you're against Nisa making combat decisions?
No. I just think that everyone should be allowed to contribute their own thoughts and be heard.
I agree. Zeta's right.
Yes, I wasn't
Gotcha.
listened to.
Well, how about, from my experience with a certain group of people and without them, quite thankfully without them, Metal Man, I say you're in charge of all combat decisions. Now, I'm in no position to uphold that, nor am I in a position to police it, but from what I've seen, and my own personal experience with a certain group, you would be the best fit.
That is a shitty fucking idea.
Well,
May
you
I
can talk
offer
about it
the
outside of my
principal-
hut. I have something to attend to.
Of course.
I'm already
Uh,
eating.
As she just looks
When
around
we
to
leave-
Hazel, and it's like, Hazel,
Yes.
I've got something for you.
Okay.
Right here. The rest of you go.
I'm already walking out.
Okay.
I'll leave.
Okay, so as you all leave, what is it you four are going to do?
I
I'll-
am so fucking confused because one, no input, and two, I thought I was leading this.
Yeah, Arlen
Yeah,
is
I'm
meant
just
to
the
be
guy
leading
who
this.
builds bombs and starts
I know
fires.
he thought I was the one leading.
You gotta remember, I was.
gung-ho.
Azari has only just met you, ragtag
I
assholes.
know, I don't blame her completely. But like,
Amen.
damn.
To be honest, Hazel gave over the lead to Arlen for
Because you-
this.
yeah, because they're in our hometown.
Arlen's- It's Arlen's main quest.
Either way, what is
As
it you?
we're outside, I'm going to just kind of just like raise my hand over the sewn-in pendant of the Allderra family, and I'm just like kind of muttering to myself like, what the fuck have I just got myself into?
Okay, are you gonna go anywhere?
Um,
Because remember, Hazel's not currently with you, but you're obviously in a safe place, kind of.
well, yeah, because it's by my name. I'm going to... Fuck it. I'm gonna see if I can find anything or anyone to do with the... to what we spoke about, like the Carabos. I want to see if I can find anyone, because...
And
Am I?
and are the others going with you?
Yeah.
Oh
Just
god.
like
I'll come.
I'll follow if the party's following. But
Well, Zeta's coming with me.
yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
if Zaz is.
Oh, what are
Yeah.
Okay, so
Before we go, I'd just like to turn to the party. If the Massacres taught me anything, I'd like to run myself as more of a democracy than a gung-ho pirate man. If that's of any semblance to people.
I'll like ush my hand and be like, very well. And then I kind of just like warm up my voice, so if I go and find anyone, I can just talk as Aurora. And then yeah, I'll just be off.
So as you do that, back in the hut, Izari just sits down in one of the chairs, kicks her feet up. You hear a couple bones creak with her age. She's... So you're the one that the king wanted me to kind of find, but I rejected because it's not my line of work.
Yes.
Well, good news. He hasn't gone butt fucking sane. Bad news.
Yes.
He kind of went butt fucking sane.
What's he done?
I'm sure you know about the Unification Treaty.
Yes.
but- Okay.
I did my research as soon as I left Bon Fortuna.
Let's just say that, well, there's no easy way to put this. Your father wants to build an empire. For you.
For me.
Well, his intentions were to find you, but I did a bit of reading between the lines, and kept a couple of people watch, including my sister,
And why would he want to do that?
for the simple fact that he knows his time is coming short for some reason. I don't know why, he's only got a few grey hairs on him.
He's not at the full age of a kitsune, though.
Be that as it may, I think a few things that you and I may know might shorten that life even more if he found out.
Yes. Wait, how do you...
Let's just say my sister was busy for a good year. So, if I was you, if you want to start taking this place down, don't go for the pagoda. Go for the casinos.
Okay.
I just need to get out the recap so then I can actually remember what Azari's sister's name is.
Blue tiefling. Be
Yeah.
like,
It's been that fucking long since that campaign. I don't blame you.
wasn't her sister?
Valencia!
Yes.
Wait, is it? No. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Quayla! That's
it.
the one! so,
Finally.
so, as they just lean back, if you cripple the casinos, you cripple their main source of wealth. And if you cripple their main source of wealth, that front wall holding everyone back ceases to exist.
Okay. And after the casinos, where do I target next?
After the casinos, I would probably target the arenas, sort of like cripple it down so that it's only the pagoda left for the people to storm, because I think they hold more hatred for this place than you.
I'm sorry about my rudeness earlier. I
Oh, I dealt with something a lot worse than you, love.
was furious.
Have you had to deal with someone who constantly wanted to try to do good but instead did evil?
Yes.
Well, then we're in the same boat.
Who did you?
That's a long story, one that probably isn't best told here. But if you ever head back to Intracia, once all this shit here is cleared up, I'll come find you. We can actually talk over a pint or something.
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, that's probably why your life's such a train wreck then, love.
Oh, you drunk?
Of course. Help me forget about the fucking corpse.
Corpse?
We don't talk about that
Okay. Oh my god, brought Masnara into it.
Masnara the dickhead.
here. Alright, so she just... It's like, I think with that, our business is concluded. I'll let you do your stuff. I'll attend to mine.
Oh, one thing I was going to tell you earlier.
Mhm.
The reason why I didn't want to trust them this time was because the last time I decided to follow their decision, and they led us onto a boat of pirates, which then got me and Arlen kidnapped.
That would do it. That would do it, I'd say.
And then they proceeded to abandon us on that boat.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yes. I was against this, and they decided to put me at the front with Zazabar.
You don't need to tell me everything. I'll find out one way or another.
Yeah.
Just get to those casinos and just start causing havoc. If you can, try and reroute the funds to this contact, as she hands you this small folded piece of paper with details of a person on the outside who you could divert the funds to, if possible. If they get the funds, they can use them to hopefully funnel that into the slums and make it less of a shithole. I'm going to continue doing what I try and do best, and that's orchestrating anything and everything I can, especially with a new season of games coming up.
Games?
The slave games. I mean, what better time to orchestrate a mass slave riot of about 1,500 slaves last I checked, than when they're all in two places.
That's a good idea. maybe we do need that talk after. I need some help to.
Well, just settle things here first. And then we can talk later.
Would you be interested in being part of Intracia?
I'm not for crowns, nor kingdoms. 200 years I've devoted my life to freeing slaves. It's not been easy.
Sounds like Azari.
Yeah, it is Azari. That is how Azari works.
Yeah.
That's the whole fucking point.
280-ish years of trying to free slaves here and in the New Worlds. And hasn't really gone well.
Just if you free some slaves and they have nowhere to go,
I'll send them down south, don't worry.
Intracia is a safe place.
We've got ships along the southern coast.
Okay.
Think of it as our little carnival row.
And no, if you need any help from us, I'll come aid.
I know where to look, don't worry. I've been doing this a lot longer than you've been alive, Princess.
I know, but
I've been around when your granddad was on the throne.
I'm not saying that line again.
I don't think I ever got to meet him either.
He was an interesting man. But go on, I don't want to keep you any longer.
Okay, we better get on with this before someone figures out we're not here for.
Just get out of here and do work.
Yes, sorry.
And you're just gonna leave?
Yes.
And
Do you remember when I said listen to your daddy?
Listen to your granddaddy.
Listen to your elder daddy.
so,
I love how we're on.
coming in, you would have seen 3 casinos. Which one is it you're going to first? You've got the Cards Calar, Lucky Lass, and the Rainbow's Pride.
Let's go from right to left.
So from right to left, so you're going for the Rainbow's Pride first.
Yes.
That's the largest of the 3. You're going in strong. Okay, so you're going to head there. We'll cut to the others. And you're all going to Arena Carabo, correct?
I've got to notes
I'm
over
heading-
first.
I'm heading there, but I don't know if the others would want to come because I don't think they'd let all of us in apart from me.
I mean, the others are following you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
the others
like,
are following. I just don't think they'll be
I
allowed
don't know, we're
in.
going to the casino yet.
I'm your
No, you're going
like
there.
You're my
me and
bodyguard.
Nisa are role playing as bodyguards, right?
You're going there
Zanzibar
alone.
is just vibing because Zanzibar was only claimed to be Hazel's bodyguard.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
god.
realise that. They don't
We
know
left
about
Hazel
the
alone.
casino.
So,
Let's leave
whoopsies.
it like
My
that,
bad.
shall
Go find Hazel!
They said that they're going
I'll
to
go
the
find
casino.
Hazel.
That's the point. How far would Hazel be to us?
So, obviously, you'll see the map of Vedichi in the maps chat. You lot
I
have just
do.
come out, gone across the first bridge and gone up to the arena. Hazel would have gone across through all the workshops along the front wall towards the casinos in the top left.
Oh, she's far.
She's
Hell
on her
yeah!
own. She's
Jesus
on her own.
Christ. Okay, never mind, Zanzibar, you're coming with us.
I
Zanzibar, you're staying here, son.
Okay, I just give a thumbs up. Like,
That's the point.
I'm-
Wait, that's the point. How old is Zanzibar from like the 3-year thing that we've been in Bon Fortuna? How old would you be now?
hang on. Let me. So he's well.
Because I'd be 23.
So his original age was 42. So
Jesus Christ, you're 45.
yeah.
Void that.
Or am I just going to...
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the arena.
Okay.
So as you go towards the arena, it does look very new and very recent. Obviously the stonework is very clean. The
Nice.
gates that are in front of everything are very pristine in their make. You see,
Don't be in way of the builders. That's what they said. Don't be in way of the builders.
yeah, obviously at the doors to the not doors, entrances to the not casino, arena. You've got Colosseum on my mind. you do see like 3 to 4 guards at each post, just making sure no one gets in, no one gets out, sort of thing.
Oh god. Oh, this is gonna be exactly like the one shot I did. Okay. I remember it so vividly. Walk up to the guards.
So you walk up and they're like, "Whoa, hold it! No unauthorized personnel is allowed within the arena."
I point to the
Royal
crest on
convoy.
I point to the crest on my dress.
Do you have authorization from the pagoda?
They were the ones that let me in here.
No. The guard let you in. The pagoda
Shit,
is
not bad.
different.
Ah, that was out of character. Oh god.
It's like, no, that was the guard. Arlen just in the middle of the street. Shit!
Oh my god.
Oh god. I'm gonna have to do. I'm
We've
gonna
been
do what I used to do.
We've been tasked to run an inspection before the games begin,
Hold on.
as the father's command.
Hold on. DM.
What save do you want me to make?
Wisdom.
Ah.
Well, I might not.
No,
Is it-
it's exactly like the one shot I did a couple months ago for Arlen. It's fine. I know what I'm doing.
Is it charm?
Yes.
I thought so.
So that's a fail.
Yes!
Oh, that was
Just like the
lovely.
one shot! I'm going to do the same hand gesture that I did with the guard. The fancy one, the sergeant, and I'm gonna say, just like my bodyguard here told me, we're here on behalf of my father, Oliver Alfara. We're here just to keep inspection until the games start because, you know, he sadly can't make it to the event, so I came on his behalf since I'm his eldest daughter.
Okay, my apologies. If you'll just follow me and keep tight.
We will. My 3 bodyguards have got me from behind, so it's okay.
Well, we still have to escort you anywhere because the slaves in here are pretty rowdy at times.
Oh, like I've been here before and got attacked. Just escort me.
Righty ho. As he walks in front with you next to him, obviously the ones at the back, you see the other 2 guards just sort of close up, and 2 more guards from further down the way just come in and take up the rear just to keep it bolstered. Inside you see slave workshops, so think like the bare minimum for any sort of artisanry or any sort of making and breaking of stuff. Think like the worst possible tools and conditions you could be in for that. That's what these people are working in, and you just see people of all different races and ethnicities just standing there, just tinkering away with chains around their wrists or ankles. And as you walk in, everyone except Zeta and Nisa feels this. It is incredibly hot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, it
I'm
is
just gonna
hot,
slap my
humid, it's very unbearable.
I'm going to cast a quick message to Nisa, and I'm going to say, if you find Vi, do not go after them. Just stay with me.
I'll follow your lead.
You better.
Royalty,
I,
especially after last time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I will just like do that message to Nisa and then kind of just pay attention to what the guard is showing me or escorting me.
So they're just walking you through all the stuff and basically pointing out things, and it's like, as you can see, obviously our slaves are not kept with any dangerous tools because we do not want another slave revolt. That would be quite unfortunate, as you might know.
I'm surprised you didn't know the last time I was here and what occurred.
Oh, everyone knows. We keep staunch records of like any and all slaves who dare attack, because they are then
Oh.
strung up in the middle of the arena and set as an example to not only the rest of the slaves but the people.
And you would dare have that happen to an ally of the Caribous?
It was an unfortunate circumstance that it happened last time. I can assure you it shan't happen again.
I appreciate it.
So they walk you around, obviously, the first bit, then the second quarter, which is more living conditions, which are hammocks upon hammocks strewn all over the place. There's like a crisscross of everything. So you can see that there's no like real room for comfort or anything. It's just how can we pack as many things together in one place as possible.
I'm mainly going to have my eye on the slaves themselves and seeing if there are anyone that I know or that I recognize. Not mainly looking for Vi, but I'm kind of just like seeing if there's anyone I know, and in case I do see Vi, just know that they are there.
As he walks you through the second quarter into the third, which is the training area, again, very lackluster and everything is very under wraps, but he walks you through it into the fourth and final quarter, which is the mess hall, where obviously everyone eats, everyone just comes down off of fights. As you then come back to the front door, and he's like, as you can see, it was a perfectly fine inspection, nothing to report back as faulty. None of you saw Vi.
Oh shit. Oh
Didn't-
no.
An escape
Well, they mentioned
slave
that they were helped to break out.
would be punished.
Like,
Say that again?
didn't the tiefling we talked to mention that they helped break Vi out or something?
Nisa was the one that helped break Vi out the first
No,
time.
like,
Yeah.
the tiefling we talked to, didn't they mention
Zari.
that they helped Vi escape? Or something like that.
No.
It's
No,
Sorry.
they mentioned that they stopped Vi from basically doing something incredibly stupid and has set them on a different sort of better course.
Okay.
Also, that tiefling you'll talk about is one of my past characters.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Also, sorry, Mom, to speak out of turn, but sirs, how many slaves do you currently have in the arena in light of the new games?
In light of the new games, we have 500 in this arena, 500 in the neighbouring arena, and the remaining 500 are kept underground for the third round, which is the
Well,
third
my
stage of the heats.
family?
And is there ever any point where those 500 are brought up with the other 1,000?
We do them in 3 heats. So you've got heat 1, heat 2, heat 3, each of which consists of 500 slaves, which is whittled down to 100.
Do you by chance have a list of the names in each heat, or have you not got that yet?
Oh, we don't have names for these plebeian slaves. We have numbers.
Can I have a look at the numbers?
He just walks back, takes off a ledger off one of the tables, and it's like, have a look. Got 1,500 in there.
I'll take a look at the numbers, and I know it's going to be such a stupid and difficult question, but would I know Vi's number, or no?
You would never have seen it, nor would you have asked for it, so
Would she have heard it?
no.
I'm just
Would
gonna
Neith
look at.
know?
I don't think so. Wait, would Nisa know?
I assume I would have seen it as I helped them escape, but it was only in passing, and I never really. I don't care
Make
too much about it.
a history check with
Are
disadvantage.
slaves branded with their number too?
Is that me?
Yes. For the simple fact that you probably would have heard the number at some point, but because of obviously everything that was going on at the current time, your mind was focused elsewhere.
Are there?
That's a
No.
12.
Are there
I
numbers
will
I
use
reckon-
Flash of Genius to add a 5 to that.
So 17.
So, you start seeing the numbers and you see they're labelled SL20 and then numbers going from 1,000 to 2,500. Obviously 20 being the year of the games, and then the identity number. You remember the numbers 175 something.
I had once a prized slave who I believe escaped in the riots a few years back. In the 1750s, 1750 something. Which one of those was a tabaxi?
I
Do you
will
know?
just have a look at what numbers are the same.
So as you flick through to the 1750s, you see that obviously you've got the slave identity number, then you've got name, race, previous occupation.
I
Do any of them relate to Vi?
They do not.
I will just look up Anistra and say,
Why is there
none of
something
them are
I don't have names
recognizable.
here?
it's a shame. I had a lot of money riding on them back when they were a fighter.
Are any of your slaves tabaxis by chance?
One with the number 7 in 1750s.
I remember. Hold on.
I give back the papers.
About 3-4 years ago, something like that, we had one.
Yes,
1750,
that'd be them.
1755. Yeah, it's a Tabaxi creature.
I need to keep note of that.
1755. I had a lot of money riding on them. They were a great fighter before they escaped.
I have to admit, they did impress me with their fighting. I managed to get to see one of their matches.
1755 is Vi's slave number.
But yeah, we haven't
Wow.
seen them in this arena since then.
Shame.
We were doing what my father would usually do and place bets on the slaves that we thought would have maybe survived, if you understand my father's intentions.
I do, of course.
So obviously we were thinking, like, why not be kind of like him, since he would give me the business afterwards for me to inherit. I would kind of start to be like him and place bets on those slaves. So me and my guard here were thinking on that specific slave if they were still here.
Well, unfortunately, we haven't seen them since the riots.
That's
Can I insight check
understood.
that?
Go for it.
I could incisive sense, so I have advantage.
No, Zeta said they were doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like,
16?
So you can sense that they're correct in what they say by they haven't seen them in a while, but you also sense that they're a bit disgruntled, like they were expecting them.
Okay.
Just as another thing about the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Is this arena shared through bonds, or is it owned by a specific person?
It's owned by one of the children of the Carabo family, the same as the other arena.
Ah.
The two twins take all the profits from the arena.
Yes, of course. I wanted to see if it was a bond-run establishment.
DM,
Mm-hmm.
how far, the arena how far? Do I know who in my family owns it?
Your brother.
Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for God's sake! Why the one in the military? Okay.
Mom, Miss Aurora, would it be good to have an audience with the owner? I believe Andrew, isn't it? Or
What, of this arena or my family's arena?
either one, if at all possible, Miss. Wouldn't it be good to talk to them a little?
I look up at the guard and give that face like, is it possible?
Well, I would say usually no, but since you are obviously our greatest ally in this war, I'm sure there can be an exception made.
Any also sign on an audience with my brother, Andrew?
That one would be quite a bit harder to come by, considering he is up north dealing with a campaign heading towards Dana.
That's a shame, but that's also understandable. Could we have the audience at some point today? We don't have much time here, anyways. We need to report back to my father.
I'm sure that we can hook up a meeting with Chelsea for you.
Oh,
I'd like to send Arlen a message.
mm.
Shall we keep the owner alive? Do we know who they love? Can we influence their decisions on the construction of the arena?
Make a history check, Arlen.
That scared the shit out of me.
It's like a
29.
Damn.
So you remember from the last time you came through here, you spoke to one Jacob Carabo, one that was wanting
Was I
to.
forced to marry them?
You were first originally forced to marry them, but once you met them before you left proper, they did detail their plans to change from Jacob to Chelsea,
Oh, to Chelsea.
and that is the owner of the arena.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I actually can't breathe.
don't die.
Just breathe. How hard can it be?
We've been up being off.
I kind of give a panicked face, like I'm kind of like Arlen would be like struggling to breathe, and I just kind of give the face like I need to see them immediately, and I just look up at the guard after hearing the message like immediately.
Well, I'm afraid you're gonna have to wait a little bit.
How long?
Well, they're in meetings all day until about
They would still be under my charm, wouldn't they?
for a little bit longer, yeah.
Oh, can I usher the other guards to kind of just give us a bit of space, but except the guards around me, obviously, like my other three. So can I usher the guards of the arena just to give us a bit of space?
Yeah, so you just like,
I usher them to just get out the area that we're in.
yeah, so you just move them back a bit, and they obviously they return to their original positions.
I'm going to step closer to the guard, the main one,
Okay.
and may I intimidate with my charm?
You can try.
I will fucking roll that shit.
You have advantage because they're charmed.
Oh my! Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature.
Thank you, Shiva. Hold on, they're both cocked. What the fuck is this? I'm getting 2 different dice out for this shit.
Yeah.
And can I try and aid as like a bodyguard? Just
Oh,
looking
God.
all.
Yeah.
Double advantage! Wait, would that be double advantage?
That would technically be double advantage, yes.
Let's fucking go!
Oh,
Rain, I love you! Mwah!
Nah.
Mwah! So 4d20. Do you hear that?
Whoa. Go to 1.
Let's fucking go!
1 and that 20.
Close.
Whoa.
25.
There. I'll 5
How-
off.
How are you,
18 plus 7.
how are you going to intimidate?
Oh.
Oh.
You're your best imitating.
Oh, I go Hulk smash. I'm going to go right up into their face, so like face to face, like those evil movie type of villains go like right up in their face. And I'm going to say with my man voice, so as Arlen, I'm gonna say, if you do not get me into an immediate meeting with this owner of the arena, oh so on Esalinti, I will make sure that your position in this guard is nothing but faltered down to demotion. Do you understand me?
Yes, I will try and do all I can to get a meeting sooner than this evening.
Thank you. As I kind of just then kind of pretend that was like a ticklish throat and get back to my girl voice. And I just like immediately calm down as if like I was being watched, like, are you okay? And I'm just like, much better. That was much better. Sorry, it's just the heat in here. It's very warm.
I'm gonna send another message to Arlen. Just, we need leverage. What have we got to scare this guy?
Can I respond?
Yeah? It's standard message.
What have I got in my inventory?
You not to be. That is the question of infantry.
What is the question that I would answer? So do we have any leverage? I'm gonna respond saying, well, I was kind of arranged to marry this person, so they would immediately recognize me. Well, the owner of the arena, that is. The guard, they work under that arranged marriage citizen, so, yeah.
So, what's the deal? Are we trying to get them to sign over the arena? Or kill them? Or what?
Out of character, I do not know.
It's your call. I'll run with what you say.
Oh. Oh god. I don't know. Help me. Would I have any unfinished business with them from when I'd last interacted with them, which was 3 years ago?
Not that you know of.
Shit. Do I have anything that belonged to them?
Looking through your pack, you don't see anything that could belong to them.
I have the promise ring, I think. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I was dated that. Nope, I already got rid of that. Never mind. Shit, I don't. I'm gonna respond saying, I don't have anything on me, but if we can figure something out now, that would be great.
Message back. They have any loved ones nearby we could bring with us?
Would I know?
You would have no clue which of the family is around.
I hate being noble! I respond with no.
If we have no plan, what shall we do with the owner?
Let me talk to them. They'll know me. As that pause happens whilst we're interacting in the message, I'm gonna kind of give the look as if, like, I'm a little impatient on this meeting thing, but I'm willing to wait if it only gets us to the same exact day that we're in.
Okay, so as you all wait and kind of start mocking up a plan, we will go to the Lone Ranger of the group, Hazel. So, you go around to the Rainbow's Pride. This part of Vedichi is very colourful. It is very bright, very eccentric, very welcoming to those who can actually get in. You see, obviously, Cards Kalar off in the corner, the, Lucky Lass in front of you, and then to your left you do see the Rainbow's Pride with a few inebriated people outside, along with a few people just having a casual smoke, talk, all that stuff.
I'm gonna head over to it.
You're gonna head over. You do hear a whistle of, that whistle. That.
She's mine, back off!
As a couple of the inebriated ones just try and flirt with you, but they're so drunk that even before they get to you, they fall over.
I'm gonna continue walking.
Okay, as you go in, on a marble floor and marble pillars reaching to the ceiling, a glass roof at the top shines light down in from above as you've got tables, machines, different dealers, different games all happening in this main foyer as one of the people comes up to you. Good afternoon, madam.
I heard this was the place to play.
Well, it is certainly indeed one of the places that you can test your luck. I must ask, of course, that if you have any weapons on you, you do leave them at the front desk. We can't have any security risks inside, as I'm sure you understand.
That's fine.
Make a sleight of hand check.
It's an 11.
It's an 11. Are you going to try and conceal any holdout weapons?
No,
So you're just giving them all over?
not all of them.
What are you keeping on you?
I have
Apart from your magic.
a bone knife.
You still have that?
Yes.
Okay.
And a dagger
So are you going to try and keep both of
that
them
I
hidden?
have hidden
So you're keeping both the daggers?
underneath my clothing.
Both daggers you're keeping hidden.
I hid them underneath my clothing
Okay.
before I even entered.
Okay, so you go over to the counter, you place obviously all your other weapons on, and you're like, that should be it. As the bouncer's like, well, if you'd like to follow me, would you like a tour of the place?
Yes, indeed.
Is it your first time here?
It's my first time learning.
Well, what better place to learn than here? As he takes you in through the foyer to the big open room with the glass dome ceiling. He's like, here is our main playing room. Obviously you've got your blackjack, cards, roulette, all your different card games, all of which offering different rewards depending on how much you want to play, of course. Over to the right there, you see a little teller. That's where you get all your chips, you put your money down, and that's where you collect your winnings. He goes down into the centre of the room with you by side. Now, through that hallway to the left, you're looking at a small little theatre and cinema. We do like to put on a few good shows here.
Good shows, like.
Oh, some very high renowned performances and some musicals that I think you would enjoy if you wanted to stay for them, of course.
That does sound interesting. I may take you up on that offer.
Okay. Well, just so you know, if you ever put a deal on the table, so anything like that, then the ticket is of course free. But if you're coming in just to watch performances, then it is depending on what you're going to see.
Okay.
As he turns to the right, down there is where we have a little kitchen and a little dining room. You know, people like to spend a fair bit of their time sitting around waiting for games. So,
What? Weird question. What games make the most money?
well, it depends on how much you want to go. You could go in a small amount or you could go in a big amount.
Hmm.
Maximum bet, I would say, is probably one of the table games that you can just go all in and try your luck. That is, of course, if you're lucky, that is.
As you know, I'm new to this, so I don't know what games do make the most. But sounds like fun. So one of my friends said gambling would be fun. So
Well, I'm sure they can find their way here. And if not here, then to Cards Kalara the Lucky Lass. We all sort of work in tandem.
they kind of referred me to this place, and
Oh, referral.
yes.
Well, I'm glad one of our patrons had fun, did they not? I shall leave you to your business. Obviously, you've got the teller up there in the corner. I hope you enjoy your time.
Thank you.
As he just goes off back to the foyer, what is it that you're going to do?
Sarah, I swear to fucking God,
This is Hazel lying out of her teeth right here.
I swear to fucking God, I will beat your furry little ass.
I've gone to a casino. Okay.
Okay, right,
So-
you're getting something when we meet.
So, what is it you're going to do? Obviously, you've got the mission from Azari to try and sabotage these casinos, but what are you going to do?
Well, we're trying to
Start the
sabotage the
fire.
games. So I'm gonna go up to one of the tables and I'm gonna go.
What's it? You've got blackjack, poker, roulette.
I'm gonna go up to one of the tables and I'm gonna go.
Okay, as you get up, you go up to one of the occupied tables and you see a couple of people there. You see them blank as faces you know to man. The same with the dealer, as they just look towards each other. And they just keep flicking the odd chip in, just into the pile, until eventually you both see him knock on the table, and then the dealer turns over the final cards. As the one furthest away from you just looks around, throws his cards down, and then the other one throws their card down. You watch all the winnings go to the one on the far end of the table.
Question.
Are you asking this to the dealer?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like,
I've been referred to this place and I was wondering, how do you play this game?
Do you want me to actually detail
Yes.
how to play poker?
Yeah.
Right. So the dealer's like, why, of course. So, what happens is you have your allotted amount of chips, as, say, the player who's just scored all the runs and the one who's going to probably dunk themselves in the fountain for losing. You get given 2 cards. You keep them to yourself. No one else is meant to know. I deal 3 cards. You then start to bid at something. I turn over the 3 cards. You look at your hand. If it's looking good, you put more money in.
If my hand's looking good, like.
Oh, are you a complete novice to this game?
Yes.
Ah.
I
I wouldn't recommend coming in without looking at one of the help sheets up by the teller.
Oh,
That'll have,
there's a help sheet.
yeah, that'll have all your hands for poker, blackjack, all your best odds for roulette, and obviously slots as well.
Ah. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go over and have a look at the novice sheets.
So as you go over to teller, are you making it very clear that you're looking at the help sheet?
Yes.
Make a perception check real quick.
Oh shit.
Do you remember we did poker literally last fucking session?
Perception, yes?
Perception.
That's a 19.
So as you walk up to the teller and you see the help sheets off to one side, you do see in the back a very heavily plated door. But looking at the cheat sheet, you can obviously see the poker, blackjack, roulette, and slots. Taking the poker one, the girl behind the teller's like, "First time you here, huh?"
Yeah, a friend said that gambling was fun and I should try it out.
Well, it certainly makes me a quick buck, so I'm sure it'll work for you.
So, do I know what that door is?
You don't. This is obviously the first casino you've been in, but you could ask.
Mask! What's that door?
Oh, the steel door there.
Yes.
That's
Is that another gambling room?
no. Very far from it. That is where we hold all the bullion and money in this place. Of course, there is more than just that door, so don't think about being a fucking retard and trying to break in.
Oh no. I can't even gamble it, let alone sneak around.
Well, that's good then. You should be fine then. So, do you want to put some money in and get some chips?
I think I'll have another look at the board and decide on them. So I'm going to have a look at like the cards some more.
What, the cheat sheets?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're looking at them a bit more, obviously
While trying to decide how to
you do, having a quick glance around and obviously looking back towards the teller to speak to her, you do see a very a very similar but smaller like vault door between her and the outside corridor, as well as the iron glass plated.
So the outside corridor, what is that for?
So obviously you've got the corridor to the right, which goes to the dining hall. The corridor to the left that goes to the theatre. You are currently on the right side.
And that door, it's between how many people?
So you've got one door to go from the hallway into the teller office.
Yeah.
You've then got another door going from the teller office further in towards the vault. Beyond there, you have no fucking clue.
So I have to roll stealth. Either way.
You have to roll a lot more than that.
Well, like what?
Because it's not easy getting into a vault door.
Oh,
Especially with one
sleight of
person.
hand as well.
Especially with one person. So...
You can, like, get the rest of us after we're done with the arena.
No.
So, what is it you're going to do?
Fuck it, let's go for it.
What are you doing?
I'm going for one of the vaults.
You're going for the door that goes into the teller office, yeah?
Yeah.
As you walk up to it, you don't see any obvious keyhole or handle.
Would my produce flame melt it?
It's steel. You're gonna have to produce a fucking hot flame to even attempt to melt this alloy.
Have I just got coloured flame or is it?
It's
hot
coloured.
Blue?
It's
Okay.
coloured.
Oh, that would be sad.
Do you know how much damage that would do? Like,
What, blue flame?
yeah, because that shit is fucking hot. So what is it you're gonna do? You see this wall of steel with no keyhole.
Doesn't open. What about the other one?
The other one on the inside of the teller office. You do see one sort of, you know, the handle that's got the round bit in the middle and it's got multiple different handles to pull on, so you twist it. You see one of them.
And who's in there?
The teller woman. That is her office.
I'd have to create a distraction. I'd have to be a big distraction for her to come out.
It's not easy trying to rob a casino, is it? Even if George Clooney can do it in 3 films.
Prestidigitation creates an illusion.
Yes, it does. An illusion or a sensory effect. No. Prestidigitation creates a sensory effect.
Minor illusion is an illusion.
So could I make them feel sick or?
That would... Let me have a quick look at...
You can make an odd odor. If you make it odd enough, it might make them sick.
But then again... actually, let me have a look at the spell.
You
So
can also
you
make
create
an illusory image.
Yeah, you create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect such as shower of sparks, puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odour. Light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. Chill, warm, or flavour up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for an hour. Make a colour, small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. Or a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in your hand and that lasts until the end of your next turn. TLDR, it's the minor stuff.
I'm gonna create the smell of gasoline.
Smell. You do know that oil hasn't been discovered in this world, so they're just gonna smell that and think, "What the fuck is that?" even you don't know what petrol smells
Oh,
like.
shit, yeah. I'm gonna create the smell of.
If I was
Burning.
there, I'd have polymorph.
Burning.
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 So, as you cast it, and you can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects active at any time. So, as you do, she sort of goes, hold on, can you smell burning?
Yeah.
Where's that coming from?
I.
As she just leans right up against the glass pane and like iron bars and just... Where the fuck is that coming from?
Is there a fire?
There shouldn't be. And she just looks around, it's like... Hold on. As she goes towards the door into the teller office, as she just brings a hand up and you just watch the cogs on the inside all turn and latch as the door swings open very slowly as she peeks out. It's like, what the fuck? As she then walks back towards the dining room, it's like, bet they fucking burnt something again.
That smells closer though.
The door's open, she's gone. Are you gonna wait for her to come back?
I'm going.
Just charge in there with absolutely no plan.
So,
What else
Improvise.
could go wrong?
So as you create the effect and as you rush into the teller office with the others finally seeing some progress from their meeting with Chelsea, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
No!
Hazel's doing an incognito
Oh.
mission away from
Sarah, what
everyone.
the fuck?
Sarah, what are you up to?
I was gonna be honest, you should literally come and grab us and then we can all go in, because I could distract with polymorph.
I'm not joking. I am
do you
kind
have
of
a way
pissed
to
at
get
certain
out?
somebody, so I want to do something by myself.
You've got this. No, I believe in you. You've got this.
Sarah, we believe
I
in you.
low-key believe in you to have this. I could bardic inspire you beforehand, but I fucking didn't.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this week's manic-filled episodes, and I hope everyone at home did as well. Thank you all very much for watching, and for all of my players for chipping in and playing. And we'll see.
Oh my god, my brain.
And me and Ariel will see you tomorrow for Allderra's
Oh, fuck.
episode. But other than that,
Fuck
we
that.
will see you next week for the 10th episode of Esalinti.
And you know one thing?
Oh god.
What?
If they capture me anyway, they'll be in massive trouble with my father.
Those rules don't apply here.
Never mind.
My father joined so many people. He knows where I've gone.
But you want to know something?
What?
They don't care about that. They will kill you either way.
Ooh.
Kill or enslave you.
Anyways.
No fun
Anyway.
given.
War.
Yeah.